Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another spooky day or night or evening or mid morning or whatever, wherever you are in the world, game of Survive, our very own Powered by the Apocalypse TTRPG horror game, which is designed to help us tell stories that are reminiscent of the much beloved but maybe not the best quality horror movies of the 80s and 90s. That's just my camera. I'm fine. I'm still here. Hey, why do that? Why fix that situation? Why don't we start with some introductions? SJ, tell us about you and about Dex.
So I'm playing Dex, full name Della Xander. She is the responsible skeptic. So her truth is responsible, her trope is skeptic, which means she tries to explain away all the weird stuff that's going on as something that's rational. But she's also responsible. And in this case, she has a motivation to survive, which in this case is her cat, Nyx, who is also on the ship, probably because she's somehow convinced she was writing some paper report about cats on the ocean or something to be able to go on this trip with her cat, or she snuck her on. One of the two.
Sad.
Yeah. Sin.
Hello, I am Sin, or Sinful __ potato. I am playing Ace Blaze, who is the vengeful burnout. Burnout being the trope where you're not really basically like a stoner, drunk, that type thing. So you're so out of it most of the time that when it gets to the point where creepy stuff happens, it's like, is that reality? Not really. I don't know. So yeah, vengeful. So I was wronged by another main cast character, or at least that's what I believe, and I am seeking petty revenge, and I am on a mission to ruin their day, but actually trying to kill them or harm them severely. And that lucky participant of today's game gets to be Oscar, the goody two shoes. Because good old Oscar here got me busted in class one day while I was sneaking a fancy little smoke out the window. I was doing it quietly, minding my own business, but no, he just had to be all good and whatnot and tell, and that was a bummer. So now, I'm just gonna show him what it means to be snitched on and be a snitch. Because that's fine.
Ace, I've explained this before. I had a really important interview later that day. I couldn't show up smelling like cigarette smoke. I just needed you to wait 10 minutes and do it in the bathroom. It's not my fault that you got in trouble.
One, who said it was cigarette smoke? Two, for the long-term fans, I hope everyone appreciates the irony of one of Sin's characters being anti-snitching.
For real.
SJ knows what I'm talking about.
Or Oscar doesn't know what other stuff smells like.
Right.
It's like, man, there's a skunk around here or something.
So I snuck onto this boat because I knew it was important to dear old little Oscar, and I'm gonna ruin his day.
Oh, are you officially a stowaway?
Yeah.
Cool. Interesting.
I love it. I love it. Sorry if I interrupted a little bit there. I am Chev. I'm going to be playing Oscar, who is an ambitious goody two shoes. He is here because this is one step on his 30-point plan to guaranteed career success. He is here to make a name for himself, to ingratiate himself with the person who's leading this whole expedition. He's going to be that guy's protege. He's going to be better than him eventually, and he's going to do it without making any mistakes. Just, Oscar is perfect. He cannot do wrong. And all of y'all, I don't know. You're just also here. I think Oscar has a lot of disdain for Ace. He thinks that Ace is has like wasted potential, and that's one of the worst things you can have in Oscar's mind. And I think he's probably most connected to Dex. I was thinking maybe they were like friends from before this all adventure happened. Maybe not friends, but like acquaintances or
We
like
were lab partners once, and he's like, friend. We're
yeah,
friends now.
yeah. Like you were nice to me once for like because you had to be for like for a semester, and in Oscar's mind, that's like fast friendship.
Which reminds me, for the second edition, I need to write a pick me trope, for no particular reason, not inspired by anything that just happened. Awesome, cool. Well, so for those of you who have seen the previous playthroughs of Survive, I mean, you got it in the intro. This is a custom TTRPG. It's based on the Powered by the Apocalypse core with some modifications. And the task for everyone is to play characters in a horror movie. That means that most people, maybe everyone, will die. The cast is divided between three types of characters. There are walk-on characters who may or may not die, but they don't have attributes. You aren't typically interacting with them beyond a scene. They're usually the exposition givers, and then they go away. Sometimes you wind up running over them with your car later. We'll see. Then there are the supporting cast, which are, as far as the audience knows, other characters, right? They're equal with you. They may get lots of screen time, etc. But I control them unless or until your main character dies, in which case you can take them over. But they don't have survivor points to prevent them from being murdered. They may or may not go completely crazy and run off into the woods by themselves at my discretion. So they are my plot tools. And then we have the main cast characters who are doing their darndest, well, to survive, kind of, but really to live their truth in the most entertaining and melodramatic way possible. And sometimes that means a really dramatic death scene that is character appropriate. So this is not one where the goal is for everyone to survive, even though that is in fact, the name of the game. So cool. Well, we are aboard, as we determined before stream, we are aboard the Casanova. 2 words. I think that your sponsor, Dr. Saul Puckett, probably didn't catch the double entendre of naming a research vessel Casanova. Although from what you've heard about previous trips and the various different nubile youths who have sailed before, maybe that name is appropriate, because there certainly has been a lot of hooking up on previous trips. But this is a research vessel designed to study the deep ocean, and with, kind of grants from NASA to understand and hypothesize like what types of life might evolve on an ocean world, but also like what are the chances of creating a new home underwater, either on Earth or potentially on some sort of water world or moon or whatever. So it has a legitimate scientific mission. For whatever reason, unless you're a stowaway, you have found your way aboard legitimately as a student. This will look good on your resume. You can get credit for high school AP courses or for college, depending upon your age. And it is a great honor to work with Dr. Puckett. In addition, we have Captain Jedediah Barlow, or Jed as he is known. He is crusty. He is no nonsense. He is 2 weeks from retirement. He doesn't have time for your hijinks and shenanigans. He's just here to get the boat to where the dock tells him it needs to go and get it back safely to port. He may or may not have a serious rum problem. We will see. And then we have 3 supporting cast characters that we will define as we go. We have Charlotte Brown, we have Tina Folsom, and we have Jay Jenkins, or JJ to his friends. So you can feel free to call scenes, introduce those people, define your relationships with them, but they are cannon fodder. And they are also your backup characters if and when your main character dies. So we will say it was a 3-day journey out into the ocean. Do y'all want to be like in the Caribbean? Do you want to be in the Mediterranean? Do you want to be...
Bermuda Triangle.
Okay, sure. That's fine. Yeah, so
The outskirts of the Bermuda Triangle.
Right. So you're in the Caribbean, which is nice. It's quite warm. The weather forecast is no storms, at least not for the short period of time. And yeah, you're studying, we'll say, novel coral reef formations. You do have an opportunity to contribute to some of the research, although there are probably some nameless group of other people who are on board. This is very much a teaching mission, so a lot of the ordinary crew are taking leave. We'll say like in San Juan or something. So they're enjoying their little time off while the professor takes a bunch of students out for some sort of like mandated thing that he does to get funding. So it is the start of a day. It is breezy. It is sunny. Ace, I'm sure, is busy sweating in some sort of locker or compartment somewhere, given that you aren't supposed to be on board. So what happens? Or should I say, what does the camera see as we have a drone shot with ominous music cutting across the ocean? We spot this. It's actually a relatively large vessel. We've established it has a moon pool. It has a couple of little water scooters and maybe like an underwater drone. It has some cool stuff on it. But amidst the vastness of the ocean with no land in sight, it appears to be just this little small speck. And then we zoom in on the deck. What does the camera see?
A nice like knock out a like a low ranking person and steal their clothes and pretend to be them.
Sure. Or you could just steal some clothes. It's your choice.
That works too.
But yeah, I mean, where you are, you have seen a number of youths that are studying during this 2-week period, kind of come in and get supplies in the kind of little compartment where you've been hiding. So you do have an opportunity if you would like to ambush one of them, or you could just steal a uniform and pretend to be a member of crew. Your choice.
Yeah, I'll just steal clothes and pretend to be a member of the crew.
Cool. How are your social skills, by the way?
They're great.
Good. I would say start reading up on those influence and other options, because you're going to be using them a lot. Cool. So what we see is we see the deck. We see a little of just random sort of stage business activity. We zoom in, kind of go through the cabins, down the steps into the middle hold, over to the side. We enter into a storage room. We think it's empty, and then pushing some boxes out of the way is Ace. What does Ace look like?
It's your typical like bad boy character with like the ripped jeans and the white t-shirt type deal, but like secretly smart, but also like not smart, just acts dumb and is a bully and stuff like that, and gets upset at every little thing, like, oh, you stepped on the bug, I'm gonna punch your lights out.
Okay. Smart but makes bad choices, poor self-control. So maybe as you climb out of the little bin where you were hiding, we see that you had stolen a few textbooks, just to pass the time, just to imply that you actually aren't completely witless. But then, yeah, you dig through a case and put on the typical kind of white polo shirt, khakis, emblazoned with some sort of logo. And you look for all the world like a crew member. What else does camera see?
From there, I think it would like do one of those like cutting between the floors of the diorama kind of deals. You go like a floor up. It's one of the like crew spaces. There's a little like not the full-blown galley of the ship, but a little like kind of refresher up spot where they've got like, maybe like a coffee machine and a little sink for like getting some water in a cup or something. And we see Oscar. He's got like a kind of little bit of a greasy looking ponytail that goes down his shoulders. He's got a lab coat on already. He's like drinking some coffee. The clock on the wall says it's like 8 a.m. and he's clearly been up for a while. And he's like, he looks like he's on a mission. He's moving with determination and kind of like puttering around and like grabbing a notebook and drinking some coffee and making some notes and looking at a book and cross-referencing to another book at a little table in the galley. And then he like folds it all up and puts it away. He's like, okay, let's get this day started. And then he kind of moves towards the door.
Cool. Let's say that you are not alone in the little break room. Let's introduce Charlotte Brown, one of our supporting cast members. So, who has ideas for what Charlotte's deal is? Is she
Be super
Right.
flirty.
So Charlotte's going to be our flirt?
Very bubbly, kind of spacey.
Yep. Like maybe like so into the planet and the environment and not hesitating to tell everyone about it. Yeah.
Went vegan about a week ago.
Right.
And
Exactly.
now it's a lot of people's problems.
Yeah. So sitting there eating mac and cheese. Like the thing about being vegan is that it's the most responsible. It's like, wait, is that soy? It's like, no, it's powder. Just like a little whatever. But maybe well connected. Maybe connected to one of the donors that funds the doctor's expeditions. So kind of a little nepo baby situation. So cool. Well, what is Charlotte doing while you're busy studying and cross-referencing?
I think Charlotte is she is like also getting ready for the day, but like she is just coming out of the door to the room that she's in like sharing with like her like bunk room, and like she's looking disheveled, but in kind of a like it's almost like she's perfectly disheveled, like movie perfect, like she like specifically has like a very specific look that she was going for, and she's like walking out the door and like going over and like she's coming over to where Oscar is sitting at the table, and like she reaches down as he's like going through the books and she's flipping them over, like she is trying to like antagonize his like studiousness.
It's like, we're in the Caribbean. You should have some fun. You've been studying for days.
I mean, I didn't have nearly enough time to brush up on this advanced theory that he mentioned last night. Like I had to go to sleep. I just listen. Like I just give me like 5 minutes and then we can go. We can go. But just stop closing my stop close. No, please just sit down.
Look, it's not like Pucky's going to give you a grade for any of this stuff. Look, you're already in. Just enjoy.
Yeah, but listen. It's like if I do well here, then he might accept me as a research student next year, and then like from there, like maybe I could get like a spot actually in his lab and go on. So like this is just a training expedition. This isn't the real deal. Like the real expeditions happen. Let's just let. This is my ticket. Don't screw this up for me. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, bored now. I wonder if Dex is up to something fun. Talk loud.
Yes, please go talk to. Please just go find Dex. Tell Dex that she needs to be up here.
Dex is coughing loudly over the sound of her meowing backpack, rushing to her room with her very heavy bags full of cat food and litter.
Yeah. I think it's not a secret that you brought your cat. I think maybe it is it an emotional support cat, or is it just like a
Oh yeah, maybe I got some. Where you can go online and
Yeah.
just like name an animal as an emotional support animal. These days, oh, it's a service animal.
yeah, right. And that service is to just kind of lay around. Yeah.
Question: Do
Very
you have
important.
one of those bubble backpacks?
I
Oh,
do. I literally have a bubble backpack actually for Nyx. It's like a
Oh,
Pokemon one. That's
ooh,
like a big Pokeball,
kind of jealous.
and you can see it.
so
Always
Dex
wanted
has
to get
one
one of those.
too. So we see Dex working their way down the hall towards your cabin, and then the camera switches from the front view to the back view, and gets a close up on the backpack with a Nyx on the inside, just kind of like "Ugh, whatever. A bubbly, we'll say Charlotte has like shoulder length, kind of curly auburny hair, probably a little dyed to make it look a little bit more red. Well, just kind of, hey Dax, what are you up to?
Oh, hey, just gonna get Nyx settled up, and I'll turn around and show the backpack.
Oh my god, how cute.
Right?
Oh, so I'm going to send you an article about vegetarian food for cats. It's very environmentally responsible.
I don't know if it's responsible for the cat though. I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of articles about keeping to their actual diet of meat.
That's big cat food talking. You can't trust that.
Great. Yeah, send it to me. I'll definitely read it.
All right, great, cool. Where is everyone else? Oh well, I'll go find people.
She's just gonna walk to her room. No plans of reading that article whatsoever. Maybe
Yeah.
she could convince her fish is still vegan.
Probably.
This is probably not the first time that somebody's offered that article to Dex.
Yeah. So you go into your cabin. What is your cabin like?
I assume it's pretty standard fare. Like for a research vessel, it's gonna be pretty like a twin bed to avoid, anything untoward happening. Basic like a desk, place to write stuff down. Maybe a computer, but maybe not. It's not like we're gonna have internet out here.
Yeah.
But
But have you like?
take
Is
notes.
it Does it look like your luggage exploded in here and there's stuff everywhere? Do you have like a poster?
Oh, as soon as I get in there, it's gonna be filled with cat stuff.
Okay.
Like there's gonna be a whole Nixified area, and then rearranging the room so boxes so she has something to climb up, a little perch,
Maybe a little poster put up
all
with
that good
blue
stuff.
tack for those hang in there baby situations.
Yeah, if there's a porthole, it'll make it build something up so that she can look out the window.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe one of those little stick-on suction cup little
Oh yeah.
hammocky things. So you take Nyx out of the thing and then she hops up, curls up, and kind of lays and looks out at the water. Awesome. Knock, knock, knock on the door.
I'll run over and answer it.
It is Tina Folsom, one of your other students.
Hey Tina. What's up?
What is she like?
Maybe like a religious prude a little bit, or like the, Young Christians of America Club, all that.
Okay. So
A
she's
little
had,
more
yeah.
goody two shoes, but in a different way. But
So,
smart.
yeah, smart, innocent, homeschooled maybe.
Oh yeah. That'd be
Yeah.
good.
So very, very bright, homeschooled, really good in like the sciences and specifically earth sciences, but not so good at like anything else involving interacting with peers, shall we say?
There might be some overlap with some club, because that's usually how I met most homeschoolers, was they were on the softball team or they were on in some club where they would actually come to the school to do stuff.
What club do you know Tina from?
Oh, what club would I know? Maybe an animal themed one, like helping animals, because she needs service hours, volunteering.
Like Save the Whales.
Sure.
Easy enough. And
Dex is maybe in that one more for the resume than
yeah, but
caring too much about it.
maybe that's how Dex found out about this particular exhibition. And maybe Tina kind of helped to smooth the way a bit, just because she was really interested in having at least someone on board who she knew. So we'll say that she's a little shy, at least around people she doesn't know. Oh, sorry, I was just seeing if you were in here.
I am.
We were gonna go to the lab and take a look at. Well, I was gonna go to the lab and take a look at some of the overnight readings. I just wondered if you wanted to come along.
Oh, okay, cool. I just got Nick set up, so sure. We
Oh,
can...
so cute. Yeah, the doctor makes me really nervous. Like I always feel like he's gonna. Well, I always feel like he's gonna like launch into a pop quiz or something, or like we're supposed to understand everything that he knows. He's been doing this for a long time, and I don't know. I mean, I've always been really curious about the ocean. I've read a lot and studied a lot, but it just seems like he expects a lot out of us.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it too hard, because like, what's gonna happen if we answer a question wrong? It's not like this is for a grade or anything.
I kind of feel like everything's for a grade, though. Even if they don't write it down, you're just like, you're making an impression that could last for the rest of your life. And like every single thing that you say and do is being judged. And if you don't live up to people's expectations, it's going to be a black mark. And then 10 years later, you're going to be applying for a job and it's going to be this person that you met before. And they're like, oh no, Tina's dumb. We hate her. And then you're not going to get the job of your dreams.
Tina. You're religious, right? Only God is the judge, right? So it's fine. Come on.
Okay. So you just like
Dex is just like, I don't really know much about it, but I think that's a thing.
Cool. So you two go to the laboratory. As Ace, in their disguise, is exiting the storage unit, you turn around a corner. You're like, okay, cool, I'm out. Shut the door really quietly so no one hears, and you're going to rush around the corner, and you run headlong into Jay Jenkins, JJ to his friends. So what's up with him?
He's probably like a jock, but like a popular jock of like, he's kind of smart but also sporty, but at the same time, so like really excelling at those science courses type stuff, but like captain of the football team on a scholarship where you have to keep your grades up in order to keep that scholarship. So he's really on top of that because strict parents are like, gotta keep those grades up or else we're gonna take your scholarship. And it's like, no, sports is my life. Can't take that away.
So maybe JJ got the position in the study crew because he's scuba certified. Because in addition to playing like team sports, he's an excellent swimmer, and his family has vacationed in tropical locations. So he's been scuba certified since his teens or whenever the youngest you can be. And so although he and to your point, smart, decently good grades, but it was really like the fact that it would be someone who could actually be responsible in underwater scenarios that kind of tipped it in his favor.
Fun fact, scuba diving is technically an extreme sport.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he
That's not a
does.
surprise, man.
He does. Off-road dirt bikes and mud runs and parasailing and hang gliding and all kinds of stuff. A little bit of an adrenaline junkie.
The amount of people that die scuba diving, it's like 3/4 of the like Mr. Ballin videos of places you shouldn't go, but people went anyway, and how they died. It's like almost all scuba diving or like spelunkers, and cave
Yeah.
divers.
Exactly. It's like, oh, there's an underwater cave. Let me go in there. It's like, okay, just don't ever plan to come out. Gross. Yeah, cool. So this is someone, Ace, it sounds like that you know and who might recognize you, right?
Yeah.
Cool. He'll be like, oh, sorry. I didn't realize there was more crew on. Ace? What are you doing here?
Well, hey, I joined the crew for like part-time cash because mom busted me for having the good stuff, and so she kind of threw it all away. So now I gotta get more cash to get it back again. This time I won't tell her or let her know. Gotta keep that on the down low.
Got it. So you're lying. Go ahead and give me an influence another. I think this is a persuade. And you are targeting supporting cast. So the success or failure outcomes will be in the supporting cast section. So it's 2d6 plus social.
That's an 8.
On a partial success. Oh. Yeah. So you're on the crew. Right. Good story, bro. Oh, yeah, I'll back you up. But what are you going to do for me?
I know this guy, and I can get you that good stuff.
That doesn't help me now. I mean, I
JJ
gotta
gets,
go.
tested.
I gotta go talk to the professor. I gotta go talk to the captain. I gotta go hang out with all the other people who also are totally legitimately supposed to be here. And like, what if I just like accidentally let slip? Oh yeah, my buddy Ace is on here as the crew. Oh, you've never heard of them? What a surprise! You know me. I'm up to so many things. I'm apt to forget unless you do something for me to help me remember, or take my mind off the fact that I know what's going on.
All right. You push a hard bargain, but I got some stuff. And I'll open his jacket. It's like, I got some good stuff here.
Okay. I think I would like to offer for you to spend a survivor point to manifest the fact that you have exactly what it is that JJ is looking for. The mechanics of this is more that it will be the survivor point spend to kick up the success by 1 degree, going from the they'll do what you want as long as it isn't harmful and as long as you pay them back, to as long as it isn't obviously dangerous or harmful to them, they'll do what you want. Does that sound like a fair deal?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, take off a survivor point.
Cool.
And the camera doesn't focus in on exactly what it is or what the good stuff is. Who knows, right? It could be cosmic brownies. It's just something that he wants, and you manifest it, hand it to him. He's like, cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. I heard that you had gotten hired on. Good job. Good to have you around. Yeah. I'll be sure to let everyone else know. And then eats the brownie or whatever. Cool. So good. We have now established the characteristics and a little bit of a hook for each of our supporting cast characters. So what happens? Call scenes. What scenes do you want to happen?
I'm probably going to drag Tina around the boat because I want to see more than the lab. I want to get the lay of the land.
Cool. So we have a scene with Tina as you are walking her through. I'm going to say that you head up to the, what's it called? In a plane, it would be a
Cruiser?
cockpit.
The captain's deck. I don't know what it would
Yeah, the
be called.
center, the place you drive from.
Yeah.
So head in there to kind of like give her a little bit of orientation. And yes, in fact, as you walk in, there's although the windows are open, there is a smell of cigarettes and a faint kind of, a little bit of a hint of some sort of booze. And this super crusty walrus, or big walrus mustache, big kind of salt and pepper mutton chops. This guy was probably blonde, or maybe it's just like light brown that's been bleached by the sun for years and years. Real leathery face. Although it's quite warm, dressed pretty heavy. He's wearing a life jacket for some reason. Big old mitts. Some big, kind of counterintuitively ornate ring. Almost like a signet ring, but like a big chunky ring on one of his fingers. What are y'all doing?
Oh, okay. We were just exploring around the ship, trying to get the lay of the land or sea boat thing.
Well, don't touch anything you don't understand.
Could you help us understand it? What does this do? I hover. I don't touch it, but I hover maybe a little too close.
He will start to try to explain it, but he seems very distracted. Like, oh yeah, that's the thrusters. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. We're fine. We're on station keeping right now. Do that. I gotta reset it. Oh
Can
yeah,
you parallel park this baby?
that's the depth finder. That drops the anchor. Leave that alone.
What if we just went to like Bermuda or something?
I mean, we're pretty close.
We could just make a stop. You could say there was like an emergency with like the engines or something, and then we just have a day at port.
Well, we might not have to make it up. We are in the triangle after all.
That's not real though.
When you've been sailing the seas as long as I have, you learn that sometimes the things that you think are myth and made up are truer and stranger than you'd ever expect. I've seen some things.
I mean, it's just like it's in the middle of the ocean. It seems statistically that you would lose more people there.
Just what a skeptic would say. Come back to me when you got your sea legs. But he's saying all this kind of out the side of his face because he keeps glancing at this screen and seems very he seems to feel a certain way about it.
Dex just over his shoulder.
Cool. Well, it seems like you're
What I see?
Seems like you're investigating something.
Yes, I want to see what he's looking at so intently. It's more like doesn't look like a fish finder to me.
It looks a little bit like a fish finder.
I went fishing and pretended to fish with my dad before.
Right. This is a roll plus smart.
Ooh, okay, good. 'Cause 8. Oh no, I have mine. Oh, I'm on the wrong character sheet. There we go. Ooh, I got a 9. Do we have a minor boon so I could just kick
We
it
do.
up? I'll use a minor boon just so I can get it to a 10.
Cool. So that is a full success. You find something useful for surviving the horror and gain a survivor point. So you, through your attention and asking some questions and persistence, he just explains more. He says, I keep seeing these strange readings.
Strange how.
Well, it looks like there's another vessel. But I mean, you can look right out there. Like, look, there it goes again. And you see a little green bloop on the radar. He said that would be right over there. And look, you can tell nothing's there. I swear.
Does it send stuff under the water or just over the water? What if it's like a super big fish?
Well, that's a different. They'll lean you over. No, that's a different set of equipment.
Oh, that is weird. What if there's something like on the lens or something? Like what senses it?
It's radar. So yeah. It's just bouncing radio waves off of objects. Sonar is what we use
Where
underwater.
is the radar? What if there's something in front of it that's like blocking it?
Yeah, I mean, you want to go up and check. Just don't touch anything. I'm telling you, though, this kind of stuff is what happens in the triangle. Or drug runners, pirates come to kill everyone and then loot the ship and sink it.
And then blame it on the triangle. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried
And then
about.
people are too afraid to investigate because then they think if they go to the triangle, it's some spooky stuff, but it's actually just pirates.
You get it. Well, I tell you what. Don't tell anyone I showed you this. But he will pull a key ring off of his belt and kind of lean over and unlock a cabinet and open it up. And there is a revolver in there. Just in case.
Got it.
I mean, don't go in there and mess with this. But like, if the pirates come and it's boarding action, and I go down first or whatever, at least you got something you can protect yourself and your friends with.
Got it. You okay over there, Tina? Look at the horizon. I got Dramamine in my
She's just a little bit
bag. You need some. Well,
all right, get out of here. I need to get back to focusing. There's also a half empty bottle of rum in that same cabinet.
Yeah, maybe it's better if I have the revolver.
Right. Cool. What else happens? Who wants to call a scene?
So I was thinking that we could have a scene where I was thinking Oscar would maybe Ace would be spying on Oscar, like maybe not like the very first time they meet, or it's up to Sin if that happens. But I was thinking like having like an Oscar Ace scene might be a good thing.
Yeah.
So Oscar, I think at this point he's in kind of the lab area. He's got it's a room with like a lot of clutter. Those shelves with some like stuff strapped onto the wall. He's sitting in front of some kind of like high pressure tank with like a port like the size of like a mini fridge kind of. There's a porthole in the middle. There's some kind of like it just looks like the kind of thing that's meant to contain enormous pressures, and he's like intently peering into it and like writing some notes down and like tapping on a gauge.
Cool. And then the camera pulls focus over. So we see this look in the tank, and then we see a shot as if from the inside of the tank, so slightly distorted. Oscar, working, being very intent. And then we pull focus as sliding into the doorway behind you is Ace. What happens?
Probably one of those horror movie things where it's a fake out too, where it looks like it's about to be a horror villain or something appearing behind him, but it's just Ace.
Yeah, some sort of looming figure. And then maybe Oscar gets a little bit of, on the back of your neck and like, what? And then turn around and it's just Ace in khakis and a white polo.
Wait. Because Ace is not supposed to be here, right?
As far as you know.
Yeah. Wait, what Ace? What are you what are you what he grabs his notebook, he's flipping. It's like, you're not on the what are you doing? What are you doing here? Like, you're not supposed to be here. And he's like reaching over towards like a phone. He's got like one of the like shipboard
Yeah, one of the little
like
walkie-talkie like things, but it's wired. Yeah.
Ace, what are you doing here? You said you were gonna be you said you were gonna be working at a dealership or something this summer?
Nah, plans changed. I got hired to this crew.
You you did. And yeah, that's one of the crew, but I mean, like, that he's standing up and he's like kind of moving closer to Ace, like, listen, we both know it's only students of Dr. Puckett's class. Like, you didn't take the seminar on advanced theories in novel habitations. Like I was there every single day. I never saw you. I don't think you even signed up for the class. Like, it's only supposed to be us. Like, this is our expedition. What are you doing here?
Like I said, man, I got hired as part of the crew. I'm not part of your little nerd group. Part of the hard-working group that keeps the ship clean and running, you know? That group.
Okay. Okay.
So
Well, yeah.
I will
mean,
call for another move on that. I think Ace is either, so this is going to be another social, another influence move, but it sounds like it could be persuade or it could be provoke. Like, you could be trying to effectively convince Oscar to believe and behave in a certain way by provoking and saying, "Nah, man, I'm not like you nerds," right? It would just kind of like intimidate, although there's not a specific move for that. So the mechanics don't change, but I think it's whenever doing an influence move, it's a good idea to select the mode that you're using. You could also change it up and like flirt with Oscar if you want to. I mean, those are your main modes are persuade, provoke, and flirt. But this could be either persuade or provoke. But I'm curious whether you're simply trying to play it cool and provide a reasonable backstory, knowing that JJ will back you up, or if you're actually trying to provoke an emotional response in Oscar.
I think in this case, it's just more of a backstory
So
type
persuade.
thing.
Cool. Roll plus social and use the targeting main character block for success or failure. Main cast.
So in terms of I brought party favors and to use a stash point as part of the influence move. Is that like the survivor point thing?
Yes, we will reverse that. You will spend a stash point. You will have spent a stash point in your interaction with JJ. So regain that survivor point.
So that's another 8.
Ooh, okay. Well, partial success. You can offer them a survivor point if they accept your explanation. Or if they do it, but it sounds like what you're trying to get them to do is to basically accept that you belong here.
yeah, okay. I think Oscar, like, as you're explaining it, you do enough of a like good job of like looking sincere that he's suspicious of you for a second. And then he kind of sighs and he's okay. Um uh yeah, man. I mean, hey, that's good for you. I I still don't get why you would want to be here, but like there's so many other things that you could have done to make money, but like, hey, if this is the whatever. Listen, can you just like try and not be around me Like it's a big ship. Like I don't know. I like if we're gonna be like around each other, like I'm gonna need you to bring up your A game because like you're usually on your D game, and I can't be having that like that energy around me. So just you cool with that? Like just if you're gonna be helping me out or anything, like just please be on the ball. Okay.
Yeah, man, I got you. Hold out his hand to do like those chest bump things with Oscar.
Uh, he's gonna try
Dab him
and
up.
do it.
Okay.
He's clearly doing it like he only saw it in movies or like a TV show or something. He's never even tried to do it before, so he's fumbling it. He's getting the grip wrong.
We'll see. Act with skill with Swift.
Ooh.
And Ace, I assume you spent that survivor, or sorry, you gave Oscar that survivor point to make him accept the backstory, right?
Yeah, so
So deduct a survivor point,
Okay.
and Oscar add a survivor point. And now,
I think this is more social, personal.
no, it's like literally you're trying to get the hand motion right.
Mm.
So it's act with skill with Swift.
That is a total 8.
Okay, well, it's not the worst in the world. So hold on, let me get back. Scroll. So on a partial success, you achieve your objective, but there's a complication. What is a good complication? What would Oscar have on him that is revealing of Oscar's character, but in a way that is like potential leverage for Ace? I'm thinking something that you would have like stuck, tucked away in a book or in a pocket or whatever, that as you're fumbling with this could like fall out dramatically, that the camera could zoom in on, that would give us insight into Oscar's character, but also be something that Ace could use against you.
Yeah. I think what you would see is that like so Oscar had a little notebook that he had tucked into his shirt pocket. Like he had a pocket protector, he had some fancy pens, and he had a little notebook in there. And I think that when he was like fumbling around, like that notebook got jostled out. And when Ace opens it up, Ace realizes that it's full of like basically just dirty laundry, like stuff that he's seen, the like people that he like is in class with or works with, like anytime they do something that's like academically untoward, like cheated on a quiz, plagiarized on an essay, that kind of stuff. It like flipping through, like he doesn't have the time, or Ace, she wouldn't have the time to flip through the actual like book, but it would be clear that it's many pages of this. It's like just he clearly writes down dirty laundry.
Like a blackmail book.
Yeah.
Interesting. So Ace, you hand it back over, but not before you realize what it is.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't look at that. It's just my. Listen, that's just some notes, but like it's important notes. It's got my like information about my medications in there. So like, if you could just give that back, please.
Yep. Just hands it back.
Oh, okay. And he's like, whew, securely tucking it back in. Like yeah, listen, it's you didn't see any of that, right? Like it's fine. It's nothing. It's just my notes. It's just my personal diary kind of. It's just my own stuff. Like you didn't see anything in it.
Yeah, man, I got you. Saw nothing.
Okay. Now, okay. Can you make yourself useful for a second? I need some help with this piece of this instrument. And I think that would probably be a good end to the scene, is like Oscar is like putzing with the thing, and he's giving like really sharp instructions to Ace about like, yeah, lift that there, move that here, but not that way. Do it just like I'm doing it.
Yeah, and then we see you like closing up that notebook and stuffing it really deep into a pocket to make sure it's secure, to represent that it's important to you. Okay, I like it. Cool. Let's see. A little bit of a montage. More, scenes of Charlotte, like sunbathing on a stack of equipment and someone coming and having to shoo her off. More scenes of Tina kind of following Dex around, being very quiet, especially in the scenes where Oscar and Dex are talking, being just like super shy and not even wanting to look at Oscar. And let's say we put you all together in the galley as you have a shared evening meal. The Dr. Puckett will pop in and kind of say, everyone have a good day. Everyone make satisfactory progress on your projects. I know you did, Oscar. Awesome. Well, you remember, my office hours are posted. I've got, plenty of other things to, I've got notes I've got to make. I've got a manuscript I'm halfway through. So try not to disturb me outside my office hours. But, during those office hours, feel free to come in, talk to me about your projects. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. But day's over. Enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me, sir. Did you happen to get that draft that I sent you a couple hours ago? Have you had a chance to look over it?
I did, but I haven't looked it over yet. It's on my list of things to do before I turn in tonight.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
please,
sure it'll be very insightful.
Oh,
and
I hope
thorough.
so.
And he'll kind of, subtly give a little bit of a look to everyone else, like incredibly thorough, right? Not in a mean way, but just in a he's a little bit of a what's up fellow kids kind of guy. Dex, Tina's right next to you. And she's like, he is so cute.
The doctor? Is he a little old for you?
I am an old soul. And we share a commitment to the environment and like the animals and stuff. I can't be confined to all these young boys who don't understand anything and don't care about things.
I hear that. I get it. Yeah, the older guy thing. It's just very hear me out suggestion.
What do you think about Oscar?
I think he's a tryhard, a little bit of a teacher's pet. It's fine, I guess, as long as he outgrows it at some point.
All I know is it's a huge waste if we go through this entire time and don't find someone to hook up with.
You want to hook up with Oscar?
Wait, maybe.
What do you think? Is this like a rebellious, I'm out of my homeschool environment church?
Oh, I said Tina. This is our Charlotte.
Okay, I was
sorry.
so confused.
Yeah, no. This is Charlotte. Tina is listening to all this, just kind of going, no, I can't hear you. She occasionally crosses herself at the mention of hooking up. Sorry. Yes. Charlotte, the flirt is being a flirt.
What about JJ? JJ seems like a better... Unless you're into because there's no way Oscar's done anything before, right?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Sounds like a challenge.
It might not be a bad thing. You could show him some stuff, I guess. The blank canvas.
I think JJ would be perfect for you. I personally like a challenge.
You think it'd be perfect for me? Why?
Well, it would be like a step up. Wild fling during the summer kind of situation.
What do you mean step up?
Let me just put it this way. I have dated lots of JJs.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. So I just need to branch out. But for you, it'd be perfect, just like a fling. At the mention of JJ, Tina's face just turns bright red. And she looks over at the table where JJ is probably unaware that Oscar is not listening. As he's regaling Oscar with, yeah, and it was like 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and then ball and goal and rah, sportsies that just flows out of him very fluently. And Tina just kind of,
It's going to take a lot to get Oscar to focus on anything except for this project.
like I said, I like a challenge.
Good luck. I mean, keep me updated because I'm interested to see how this plays out.
Well, anyway, just like if you want to call dibs, just let me know.
On Oscar, he's all yours. That challenge, I wouldn't want to go against a master anyway.
Cool. She'll say, well, then watch a master work. And she will, and she's got, her shirt tied up, to make it like a little midriff situation. As we noted before, it took me an hour to make myself look windblown and tousled situation. She will kind of go over and kind of lean over JJ, kind of like blocking his space. What you doing there, Oscar? And then kind of like turn back and give Dex a wink.
Oh, he looks up. He had been kind of intently writing on a yellow like legal pad kind of, and he looks up. He kind of like slowly looks up to see her. It's like, just just finishing up some of these last observations before we have dinner. I wanted to remember what we saw before it gets too late, and I might misremember something. I mean, listen, it's just.
Super duper important. I heard what you said to the doctor, that you had some sort of really interesting thing that you'd written up. I'd love to read it.
Oh yeah, listen. I think I have this really interesting idea. It's about like what happens to like deep sea fish when you bring them really quickly to the surface. I have this idea that's probably like really bad for them, and so like I had some ideas about like, oh, if we use the tank, we could create like a sudden like blah blah, blah pressure. He's going into techno
to protect the fish.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what if we could like figure out like how to get rid of the effects of super high pressure on cellular matrices, and just it's really cool.
That sounds super fascinating and very environmentalist. I definitely want to learn more. So I tell you what, how about I swing by your cabin, and then you can explain it all to me tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like, I could come to your place, and then and then we could, I could pick you up.
No, but all
we
of
could go
your
over to the
notes and
lab.
stuff are probably at your place, right?
Oh yeah, I have so many notes.
Cool.
Listen.
Yeah. So like 10 o'clock?
Oh yeah. I mean, I usually would be asleep at 10:30. But I think a half hour is enough time to go over.
Great.
Like,
I'm gonna go take
some
a
of the
shower.
basics.
And then she walks by Dex's table and kind of goes, and then saunters out. Oscar is clueless.
Yeah, he's gone back to he's looking excited. He's got this like really kind of like shit-eating grin of like, somebody's taking and paying attention to the work that I'm doing and thinks it's worthwhile and interesting. It's like, she just made his day.
Yeah. I think JJ kind of goes, smooth move, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't think you had it in you.
Oh, me neither.
I also didn't think that she was your type, but whatever.
I mean, I'll talk to anybody who wants to hear me out.
Oh, yeah. But right?
What?
Yeah,
No,
she's
what?
not interested in listening to your thesis, bro.
Why'd she talk to me then?
She wants to hook up.
his jaw is dropping. Like his pen is like falling out of his. Oh. 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 And he's just kind of like silently like standing up from the table. And like he looks like he just kind of standing and not really thinking about anything. Hey, I think I gotta go. I need to. I think I need to go.
Yeah, you probably better clean up your room.
Yeah. I'll be.
Oh, and if you need a little, something, just in my bathroom bag. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Like a what is it? A jimmy of rubber? Is that what I think?
Yeah.
That's what my dad said.
Yeah, sure. You're so weird. Yeah, I mean, just just in case. Good luck.
I guess. Thank you. And good luck to you as well.
Sure, whatever that means. So we see Oscar nervously go to spend the next hour and a half prepping for the visit. Any scenes before we cut to after dinner?
Does Dex notice Tina's infatuation or nervousness or whatever, or Tina tell her?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I described it as obvious because it was obvious.
Oh, okay.
So what
I'm gonna drag
attracted
Tina over to
attracted
JJ
Dex's
then,
attention was that upon the mention of JJ in the context of, whatever, Tina just got super bright red. And you notice that now that you're clued in, you can see that she keeps stealing glances over at JJ.
Great. I'm gonna drag her over to JJ.
Okay.
We'll just sit. What's up, JJ?
What's up, dude?
Have you met Tina?
Oh, hi, Tina. She just kind of goes, hi.
She's homeschooled, so you may not have seen her around, but she's cool.
Ah, cool. I am hoping to get some time on the tank tomorrow.
Oh, like scuba diving.
Yeah. I keep expecting, there's supposed to be, I read about it. So like last year, like one of the things they did was that they took this like genetically spliced novel organism, like a coral thing that supposedly is resistant to, what's that thing that happens when the water gets too hot and the, whitening or something. Anyway, it's some, Dr. Frankenstein situation with coral. Didn't really pay much attention. All I heard was like, I get to dive a reef. All right. Take some pictures, check up on the status of it, I guess. Otherwise, I'm mostly just sitting here twiddling my thumbs. They didn't bring me on because of my,
I mean, you have decent grades, though. It's not like you're dumb.
Yeah, I mean, but just because I have to. I don't care about all that stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna, I don't know. I got a really rich uncle, real old, likes me a lot. Pretty sure he's gonna die, leave me a bunch of money, and then I'm gonna like buy a plane and learn to fly it and travel on the world and have adventures and skydive into caves and climb mountains and stuff.
Skydive into caves?
Yeah, there's this spot. I was watching something on TV about it, but there's like this like big hole that you can like literally like dive into. It's deep enough. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I heard it's not that bad to get your pilot's license.
Yeah, it should be pretty easy.
What are you thinking about doing, Tina?
She just kind of goes, studying.
Well, I mean, like your aspirations, like he's gonna be an adventurer essentially and pilot a plane.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it.
Well, you like this stuff, right? Like marine biology and all that.
Maybe work in a lab somewhere.
Cool. You watch any sports, Tina?
I think this sounds like you're attempting to provoke Tina.
Yes, I'm trying to find something in common with her and JJ.
Yeah.
All right. Is there a provoke roll or an influence?
It's under influence, but it's the provoke mode.
Oh, okay.
Whether it's provoke, flirt, persuade, etc., is really just narrative color. But exactly what happens, it's good to select that mode just so I know how to narrate success or failure or blended success and failure.
Gotcha. Okay. Ooh, 8. Oh, 7, because I have -1 in social.
So that sounds like a partial success. This
Yeah.
is targeting a supporting character.
Yeah.
So that is going to get you. It's going to cost you something. They will rise to your provocation, but you're going to have to do something for them, to them. It's going to cost you something. We could make it as simple as a survivor point, but there
I don't
should be
know. I
some.
gave her some Dramamine earlier, and it was kind of the drowsy one, so maybe she's letting her guard down a little.
We could say that you. I mean, it depends on how bad you want to be, but we could say that you snuck in and took a bottle of rum. This is not a suggestion that you have to do. I'm just saying that it would be narratively appropriate to say, I got some of that rum and I'm going to use it to kind of like, hey, we should go out and hang out on the deck, and then like intentionally try to get them loosened up a little bit, which is maybe a little bit gross, but that's whatever your character would do.
That's what are you doing later, JJ?
I was going to go into the lounge and see like, they got a bunch of movies. I was going to see what they had on DVD.
Oh, well, Tina and I were going to hang out. We found this spot. There's like a life raft off the side of the boat, but like nobody would see us there. And I snuck some of the captain's stash if you wanted to just chill.
Oh, for sure.
Sweet.
Cool. All right. Let's go. So, the three of you head up to one of the lifeboats.
Like convincing Tina, it's like, you drink wine at church, it's fine.
Right. And so you kind of have to provoke her, and she's like, oh, but I've never, whatever. So yeah, are you going to hang around, or is your goal to, do a couple of rounds with them and wait until things get a little bit loose and then bounce?
Yeah, I'll come up with, I got to check on Nyx. I forgot.
Okay, cool. I think Tina, not being super accustomed to booze, loosens up pretty quick. And as you're leaving, kind of goes, thank you. Wingman is not in her vocabulary, but it is going to be soon. So cool. So we end the night almost.
I have
Go ahead.
question.
Yes.
So betraying your target of vengeance, would that include like ruining the report that he gave to the captain?
Yeah.
So I guess before the night ends, I'd like to do like the solo scene of with my last breath I spit at the to have the cover would be like going up for a smoke break and then going to scouting out where the captain puts the reports and going there and just
I think this is so this is I'll get you my pretty.
Cool.
With my last breath, I spit at thee requires that you actually take the betray move, which is almost exclusively in times of overt danger. But you can certainly I'll Get You My Pretty is available at Start of Play. It is always optional. So you can let us invoke a role for Oscar to see how good the your report is.
Is that smart?
Yeah. It would be act with skill with smart is the thing that makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, that's a 5 total.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and roll again and see if it's worse. Deduct a sanity point, Ace.
The second one was a 7.
Cool. The 5 stands. So it is terrible. Like, like probably Oscar knows that it was like some of your assertions were not like completely well supported. It was a little bit more like you were just trying to demonstrate enthusiasm. But I will say we have a quick scene as Oscar maybe leaves his cabin to go like take a shower and clean up after you've cleaned up your room. And your laptop is open, and Ace sneaks in and fiddles with the report a little bit, and then sends an updated version to the captain. Now, Ace, you are going to need to call a scene with someone who is not the target of your vengeance. This is a pretty underhanded action to express your desire to get back at Oscar and justify your actions.
So narratively, I think the best move would be for it to be Ace. Once Ace is done, he's leaving Oscar's room, and that'd be around the time that Dex is coming back from the wherever that party was.
Be like, oh shit, Ace, I didn't realize you were on this. Is this like an internship or a summer job or what?
Oh yeah, it's like a summer job, but me and the boys were just wanting to mess around with Oscar a little bit, so we just went in there, messed up his stuff a little bit, just rough him up a bit.
What, like beat him up?
Oh no,
or,
no,
like,
no,
destroyed his
no,
room?
not that.
Oh,
Just kind of throw stuff a bit. Not too much, not too serious. Just little jump scared, like hazing stuff.
what'd you do?
So I went onto his computer and just kind of made some edits to his little report thing, just so that he doesn't sound so smart to Captain and whatnot.
Just because you don't like him, or
No, it'll teach him not to be a smarty pants all the time,
so you're mad at him for being too smart?
Something like that.
Okay. Dex would be on board. Like, Dex is like, oh, he snitched on me. Okay, cool. But because he's too smart, she's a little confused. Like, that seems a little mean.
All right.
I know he's a little annoying.
The real answer is he got me busted in first year for taking a joint in class, and I kind
So
of
he's a
put a
snitch. He
bummer.
snitched on you?
Yeah.
Dang. That's not cool.
Also, you better watch your back around him because I saw he has a book. You write stuff in it that's Carol Jensen from 12th period cheated on her test last semester. He wrote it
Oh
down
my
there.
god, what a little snitch. What a little rat. Thanks for the heads up. Because now she's thinking like, oh man, I gotta make sure he doesn't find out about like sneaking drinks and all this stuff.
I got you. Walk away.
Probably just a situation of like, he thinks he needs to put others down to make himself look better. That's so lame.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go check on my cat, but I'll catch you later, Ace.
See ya.
Cool. So Dex goes back to their room, plays with her cat. Who knows what's going on with Tina and JJ? Oscar, you return. Will you investigate a situation for me?
Sure. Ooh, that is a 6. And what's my investigate is there a skill for investigate, or is it just a flat 2D? Oh, roll plus smart. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a 6 total.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to say that's a failure because it is. You don't notice the changes that are made. So that's not great.
Like, there's a little bit of a swagger to his step.
Yeah, he's
When
too
as he
focused on the
comes
hot
in
date.
and he just kind of like shuts the laptop without looking at it.
Well, let's see, because I need to impose a sanity point. So
Well, when he shows it, if he shows it to
yeah. So you don't look at your report, but as you're like making the last preparations for Tina's arrival, Charlotte's arrival, you check your email, and there's a response back from the doctor, and we see you read it and your face just falls because it's a nice response, but it's like, is it, are you sure this is what you meant to send me? Because it seems kind of incomplete. And there's these couple of pages that just seem like they were clipped out of Wikipedia about a completely different subject. I mean, I'm really happy to take a look at any of your work, but I kind of need you to like put more thought into it before using up my time to review it. And I think at this point you do take a look and you can see your report has been vandalized, and that justifies the loss of a sanity point to reflect your frustration and growing panic.
Mm-hmm. There's a moment of like his face is going white as he's reading through the email, and he's frantically like going over to like look at what was sent, and like what he doesn't notice the timestamp of when it was sent, but he's looking at the attachments. And he's like, I didn't write what's going what what and he's like looking around the room just like who I think probably at this point, like now that he's caught on to that, he would be like looking around to try to see if there's any evidence of like who had been in his cabin. Like he's trying to he would be looking around to see like
Sure.
is there like is thinking, was the door like ajar when I came in? Is anything out of place or like left behind from somebody else?
Sure, you can investigate.
Ooh, that is a 7.
Cool.
Which I think
I'm going to Major Bane it.
Ooh.
Because I think what happens is Oscar has a very emotional reaction and starts kind of tearing the place apart, looking for clues and kind of taking out that frustration of being sabotaged. And with Oscar's perfectionist streak and the high standards that he holds himself and everyone around him too, it's really triggering to Oscar. So as we see Oscar, who is it? Who sabotaged me? Tearing stuff apart, knocking stuff over, looking around. I mean, you're not doing a really good job of actually investigating, but you are having a reaction. The camera sees, but Oscar doesn't hear a light tap on the slightly ajar door as Charlotte kind of pushes the door open with a smile on her face and then sees you kind of freaking out. And then it's just like, oh, bad time. And then leaves. Eventually, Oscar probably realizes that Charlotte never came. And that's just more fuel to the flame. And you fall asleep in frustration eventually. But it probably takes a while. You can't even muster the presence of mind to finish, like to correct whatever it was. I'm gonna say, like, out of frustration, you just delete whatever this version is. So since I'm imposing a failure on you, I'm going to deduct another sanity point.
Oh, so I'm down to 1.
Yeah.
Haha.
Oscar was already on a bit of a razor's edge, and this night has not been good. There are things that you can do. You can start making some really bad decisions if you want to regain some of that sanity. Cool. So, Oscar, in the night, you are awakened. Someone is standing at the foot of your bunk. Can't quite see them. There's just a little bit of this kind of moving shaft of moonlight coming in through the porthole window. So we just see this kind of like a very faint spotlight going up, illuminating kind of just this outline of a figure. It is Charlotte. Same kind of curly hair. She's wearing kind of a diaphanous sort of nightgown. You can't really see her face or make out the figure, but you recognize the outline. And she is standing there at the foot of your bed.
What? Who? Charlotte? Hey, weren't you supposed to? Yeah, you're late, I think. You were supposed to come by earlier. I mean, I can.
You see
Where's my glasses?
you see the figure do this and then move towards you seductively.
Oscar is like, you can see that his confused look is kind of like turning to like an interested look, and he's like kind of noticing, like before he had just been like looking at like, oh, who is this? Now he's actually like noticing how she looks and how she dresses, and he's kind of like, oh, he's bringing himself up on his elbows a little bit, pushing himself back against the bed, and he's like, like, okay, come on, like, hey, let's do this. Yeah.
Cool. So you invite her for a kiss, and she gives you one. Maybe she's been outside. Her lips are very cold. And there's a smell. A briny smell. That's not entirely pleasant. But you're just kind of waking up, and also, beggars can't be choosers. And as the camera pulls back to maintain the PG-13 rating, there's just a little smooching. I think what the camera sees as she wraps a hand around the back of Oscar's mouth is Oscar begin to shake and struggle a bit, because while the kiss has become a bit more passionate, Oscar, you start to feel this stream of cold water flowing out of her mouth into yours, around your mouth, up your nose, into your eyes. but she has the back of your head just locked with these bony fingers and is like waterboarding you basically. So I think I would like you to deny fear.
Yeah. Ooh, that is a deny fear. Roll plus serious. +2. That is an 8.
All right. On a partial success, you can act normally, but you're going to take snag on your next action. What are you doing?
I think he's like pushing at her. Like he's doing his best to like push at her shoulders and get her like her head and mouth like away from him. And like just pushing her away as hard as he can.
Cool.
And like he's you can kind of hear like not like you can't hear anything because obviously his like mouth is full of like water and all that, so he can't really make noise. But it looks like he's trying to like move his head around like he was trying to scream.
Cool. Act with skill with strength with snag. So that's roll 3d6. Take the 2 lowest at strength. Yeah.
I rolled 3 1s. Is that a spotlight failure?
It is in fact a spotlight failure. This is amazing. So let's see. We are going to well, deducting a sanity point from all main characters doesn't make sense. Although you only have one, right?
Yeah. So I was thinking of maybe trying to redirect this with my at any cost move, because I'm pretty sure this is going to kill me if I don't do anything. So I was thinking about
you are not facing a deadly threat by the killer. Which is why I haven't asked you to roll escape. This is a whole other situation.
Got it.
But it can make things worse. So I can either just deduct a survivor point, which is the boring thing to do, or I could deduct a sanity point.
I like the idea of the sanity point. That sounds fun.
Cool. So all we see, so the camera comes in, we see Oscar struggling with this person who is just not moving. And we get the sense, like, now that we can see more clearly, we're up close, we can see that the hair is straggly. Like, you can see the scalp through it. It's got some stuff woven in the hair. Like, maybe we see a few, like, little crabs crawling out of the clothing. Like, it's clearly not an attractive look. And we just see Oscar fight and struggle, and like just a look of clarity and then panic on Oscar's eyes as your sanity slips away. Dex, Ace, you hear slamming and screaming and running.
Okay.
At about like
I gotta go
2
get
a.m. 2 a.m.
I gotta go make sure it's not pirates.
Right?
So Dex will run out, but be careful to like, she wants to kind of sneak a little bit to look before just, running out there in case it is pirates, so she has a chance to go get the revolver.
Yeah. You look out, there is another ship.
Oh.
Alongside this one.
Is the captain awake? I assume not.
Don't know. What do you do?
Is the captain's quarters like on the deck, like connected to the thing, like it is in?
Sure.
Okay. So can I just pound on his door and wake him up?
Yeah. After a few minutes of pounding, kind of the door opens. He's got the wife beater on. Clearly, there's like roiling smoke and booze fumes come out of his cabin.
Yeah, like, Captain, look, ship, pirates.
He'll stumble and gotta get my gun. And then he'll stumble up.
Maybe I should get it. You seem a little groggy.
Sure, give me my gun, and we'll hand you the ring of keys.
Okay, yeah, I'll grab the ring of keys
And then
and grab the gun.
he'll go back and he'll start trying to struggle on this like heavy jacket that he wears everywhere. I just told him it was pirates out here. He's clearly the worse for wear. What is Ace doing when you hear this commotion?
Probably getting up to go watch the show. Probably thinking it's like Oscar, seeing that he did his thing. Probably Oscar screaming like a girl, running around.
Yeah, I mean, you recognize the
Like,
voice. So you don't really actually have a cabin, so you're probably still having to sleep in the storage room. But yeah, you pop your head out in time to see Oscar just fly by screaming, leaving wet footprints on the deck, and then pound up the stairs to the actual deck above. What happens?
He snickers to himself. It's like, I made him pee himself.
Maybe.
And he's probably gonna follow him.
Okay, you follow. You go out on the deck and you can see there is a larger, looks like a commercial vessel that is alongside the Casanova. And it looks like they've been moored together.
Dex really quick is going to check the side of the boat for the life raft to make sure they're not like asleep or something in the side.
Yeah, no, they are passed out.
Oh, okay. Dex is going to run over the side and yell like, "Hey, wake up! Wake up! We might be boarded. It's pirates!"
Yeah, they'll kind of like grumbling. Tina's kind of curled up on AJ's shoulder. But you just get the read momentarily. It's super innocent. They just drank a little bit and fell asleep.
Of course.
So
Especially with that drowsy Dramamine.
Yeah, right. So you wake them up, say pirates, and JJ pops up and says, "You stay here. I'll protect you." And he goes and gets like a gaff stick or something. And then, where are they? And then
I point to the other boat.
And then he looks up at this larger boat. It's a big boat for pirates.
Oh, maybe they stole it. I don't know. Why else would they just be right next to us in the middle of the night?
I don't know.
The captain didn't know about it.
I don't know, man. As you're saying this, you see, as you're looking over that direction, you see just enough to see the heels and back of Oscar disappearing over the gangplank into the other ship.
What? Oscar, what are you doing? Oh my God, he's sleep running.
Is he trying to take on the pirates by himself?
He's probably asleep. I don't know. I heard about he's probably an insomniac because he's studying all the time, so he probably hasn't slept in who knows how long, and is now in some weird sleep state and doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, if he's over there with pirates, he's gonna get killed.
Are you gonna go get him?
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe, look, come on, we gotta catch him real quick.
It just seems like a way for all of us to get killed.
Well, it's not like we can go anywhere else.
She's feeling a little emboldened with the revolver because she definitely didn't give it to the captain who's drunk.
Right. He's passed back out in his bunk, yeah.
Fine. Tina, go wake up the others.
Okay. She'll go, what's happening? But you'll fill her in. And it's enough to kind of bring her out of her stupor. And she'll say, okay. And she will go to wake up the others. And you two.
Can I investigate just the ship? I just want to see,
yeah.
Are there weapons on it? Or
yeah, you can investigate the situation.
Do I see anybody? 7's not bad. It's plus smart, right?
Yep.
7, 8. I keep thinking I have a 2. 7, 8.
All right. So partial success. You find something useful but miss an important detail or complication. What you find well, first of all, what you notice is there's not any guns. You don't see any people. Like there's no one up on the deck above you. And you would get you would see the name, the Bay of Bengal. And you would note that it is quite rusty. Just like it looks like it is not in the best repair. But it also looks like you can see that the chains that hold the anchors are down.
Of course, so they don't want us getting away because it's attached to our ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it
And
looks
it's rusty. It means it's, pirates aren't going to take perfect care of a ship they probably stole.
it's true. But I will
Probably
say,
why it doesn't have weapons.
yeah, it strikes you as a bit odd. It seems deserted. There's no light. Like you can see, like there's running lights on this boat, and that's what enables you to see the lettering on the side. But there is no light whatsoever coming from the Bay of Bengal, and the only sound you hear is the rapidly retreating, echoey flaps of Oscar's wet bare feet on the metal decking.
I'm trying to keep up with JJ, who's a
And then you run.
collegiate athlete. Whatever.
Ace, you had followed Oscar, so you witness all this. What do?
I think Ace would run on board before the others, or as they're running, just be like passing by, like, "Hey, how goes it?"
Or yeah, because they were having a discussion, and they went to go and wake Tina up to get her to go wake everyone else up. So you would have an opportunity to slip on board behind Oscar without Dex and JJ noticing. Cool. So, Ace, you are following Oscar. What happens?
I should probably just like, after a bit of running, starts to get tired because it's like 2 a.m. and just woke up, and it's like, man, fast for a nerd. And
Yes.
we'll probably realize that he ran onto the ship without thinking. It's like, oh, this is fine.
What Ace notices, so you still hear some echoey motion, but very quickly you lose Oscar. But the good news is that you have the wet footprints to follow. But you're in the middle of one of these corridors and the wet footprints just stop. And you realize that you have run on board some other ship. You weren't really paying attention to the twists and turns, and now the trail you were following stops. You maybe look back to see like, oh, I can just retrace my way back. You only see like 3 or 4 wet footsteps. There is no trail to follow back. You don't know precisely where you are, and Oscar appears to have disappeared. And you hear that flapping and running, and you hear maybe a little bit of, but it seems like it's coming from multiple directions at once. Like not exactly an echo, but it sounds almost like there's multiple Oscars running above you, below you. It's very eerie. Would you deny fear for me?
Ooh, I have a thing. The just chilling. As long as you have a stash point, you can deny fear at the start of every scene, which you appear ignoring the consequences of a miss.
Cool. So
And I
we'll
have 2 stash.
for this time we'll retcon and say the start of the scene is you running on board, so you can take a little toke or whatever. So you can still roll to deny fear. You'll just ignore the consequences of a failure.
Well, that's fun.
What'd you get?
It would have been a failure. That would have been a 2,
Okay,
pretty sure.
but you don't suffer the consequences because you're a little bit so maybe that casts this like, oh, maybe you're a little bit more messed up than you thought you were. Maybe you're just seeing things. So what do you do?
Probably gonna pull out my light and light up a joint and just turn back and just try to find my way back, or
try to wander back. Okay, cool. Dex and JJ, what are you doing?
I'm trying to find this kid.
Cool. Why don't you are you looking around looking for clues? Or are you trying to like figure out and deduce like where he might have gone?
Kind of like listen for running, but also trying to be quiet because I still think this is a pirate ship and they're going to jump out at any moment. So definitely being observant.
Okay. Let's see. I think this could either be act with skill with probably well, Swift might work. Sneaky might work.
I don't know. I'm feeling swift more than sneaky for some reason.
Yeah. Or smart.
Yeah, I think smart is better than swift or sneaky for some reason.
I mean, you especially with act with skill, you have a lot of latitude.
Okay. I think smart is like strategic in this sense of because.
But you were also trying not to be noticed, so that stealthy works with that. It could be moving quickly, just trying to limit your exposure. So any of those might work. But so you're going to try to be smart about this. So roll it up.
Yes. Okay, not bad. That's an 8.
All right. So that is
I
a
have +1 in smart.
partial success. So you achieve your objective. Yes. So you're leading JJ, he's got this club. He's fully on alert, and he's kind of insisting on going first, just to kind of like protect you, big jock protector guy. And you're like, well, he has to be around here somewhere. There's not that many choices. And then out of the corner of your eye, you see someone run by. And you're like, oh, this way. And then take off running after. So you have found a clue, but the camera focuses back on JJ. It's like, what'd you say? And then looks, and you're gone. Dex? Where'd you go, Dex? And we just see JJ kind of wander off down one of these labyrinthine hallways. Cool. Where do we want Oscar to wind up? I think, Oscar, you come to yourself in a cargo hold. You are wet. You are cold. Your feet hurt. You're covered in rust and filth. And you are sitting in a puddle of probably a mixture of seawater and engine oil. It is cavernous, it is creaky, and it is dark. What happens? And you regain a sanity point. So you're back to
Nice.
being a main character.
Huzzah. Oscar is like looking around. Hey, where is everybody? Where am I? And he's like hauling himself to his feet. He's like his feet are slipping a little bit on the oil and muck, and he's like trying in vain to wipe some of the grime off of him. Like, what did I do? How did I get here? And he's oh, question. If there's what is there light in the room, or is it just like, like moonlight through a porthole?
It's
or
moonlight
something
through
like
a
that?
porthole situation.
Yeah, he's gonna like make his way over to the porthole and like try and like open it. Like he's fumbling with the latch and like creaking it open and leaning out and trying to look and see like what's like, can he see anything outside?
Yeah. So you can just wipe, like you try to open it, but it's rusted shut. Or like you're looking for a mechanism and you think you find something, but you like have to unscrew something and like physically remove it. It's not like meant to be opened easily. But you can kind of pull up the sleeve of your shirt and kind of rub. You notice two things. One is the porthole is very cold. And in fact, this room is very cold. And you do see something outside. Ice. Not like a single iceberg, but like a flow of ice. You hear running steps and a familiar voice. Oscar? Dex.
Who? Dex, is that you? Dex, where are we? What is going on? How did I like I think something's really wrong here.
Yeah, you just ran onto another ship.
What?
I'm here to come get you.
Wait,
You
this
were like
is
sleep running or something.
the last thing I remember is Charlotte. She was in the room.
I don't
and-
I don't need those details, man.
Okay. Listen. Okay. Listen. I don't know how to get back out of here. Do you remember the way out?
Kinda. I mean, we only did one turn, I think, because I assumed you would have just ran straight forward since you were like sleep running. But then I saw some movement and took a turn. So I think if we just go right back the same way, we should be good.
Okay. Okay. Do you have like a flashlight with you or anything?
No, I just ran right after you. I've got a gun.
Okay.
But we should probably keep our
Why
voices
do you have a
down
gun?
because this could be a pirate ship. I haven't seen anybody, so they probably boarded our ship earlier. I
You
didn't
brought a
realize it because
gun
I
to the
heard some
ocean.
I heard some commotion. I didn't bring it. It's actually the captain's, but he was a little, so I figured it'd be safer with me.
So you stole a gun.
I didn't steal it. I did tell him I was grabbing it, and he said okay.
You borrowed a gun.
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to get off this ship rather than debating.
Okay.
But we could.
Okay, Mrs. Gunn.
I definitely lost JJ on the way, though. He insisted we come in after you, and I don't know where he went. So.
I mean, if we can figure out a way like to get back to the main deck, and then like maybe we'll run into him on the way back. But I want to get out of here as soon as we can. We can look
I
for him
agree.
later.
We go back. Maybe he already went back because he realized we were separated. So maybe he just went back to the ship.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Let's get out of here.
All right. Start heading back where I think I came.
Why don't you investigate for me?
Oh, good.
Now, Oscar, you could attempt to assist, but we would need to roll that first.
Which does assist help?
It can add up to 2 edge, depending upon how successful the roll is.
Yeah.
Oh, it can add edge. Okay, yes, do it because
Don't tell us.
close
Don't tell us.
to- okay.
It can also
I
add
think-
it can also add setback if you roll poorly.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I think what Oscar would. Ooh, what would a goody two shoes do? He would look for a map. He would attempt to find like you know how hotels
Oh,
have
emergent.
those-
Yeah, the
Yeah,
fire
yeah,
exit plan.
yeah, like the hotels of the fire exit thing. Like he's gonna go over and try and find like a fire escape plan or something, like
Yeah.
some kind of plan with a layout of the ship on the wall to like tell us how do we get out of here.
So Dex is trying to like figure it out on the run, and Oscar says, "Wait, let's figure this place out. Let's see if we can find like a map or a plan or something." So go ahead and roll it up, Oscar
Yep,
first.
yep. Do. That is a 6 total.
Ooh, that's a miss. That's a snag to Dex.
Dang it, I rolled well. Okay.
We'll roll a third one,
I have to-
and then drop the
Okay,
high.
so I just reroll. Okay. 7, 8. I get a 6 and a 5.
Oh man.
But I have a what is it? Minus. No, wait, what are we rolling with?
This is plus smart. Or
Oh,
investigate.
okay. I don't know why I clicked the wrong character sheet. So I dropped the highest one.
Yeah.
So 5, 6, 7, 8 with a smart.
Okay. A partial success. You find something useful, but miss an important detail or complication. Sure. Oscar says,
Yes.
Oscar finds a some sort of plaque on the wall, and of course it's really grotty and it's dark in here, so you're barely able to, by getting really close, think you can see what. It's almost like there's like 2 choices. It's like either like we have to go out this way or we have to go out that way, and you just kind of like guess. And Dex, yes, there is a door, like a locking bulkhead door that corresponds to the map where Oscar thinks is the way out. It's not the way that you came in, you know, because you don't recall going through a locked bulkhead door. So yeah, you crank it open. Hey, why don't you give me act with skill with strength? Just because it's an opportunity to fail more.
Oh, good. Nope. Do I have a bonus? No, I got a 6 flat.
Oh,
So strong.
cool.
Yeah, I have a 0 in strong.
So that is going to be a fail on that. You do not achieve your objective, and the situation gets worse, which was going to get worse anyway. Yes. So this is worse than what I had planned.
Rusted.
It's rusted, and you're trying, but you're in a storage hole, so you eventually like find a tool or a piece of spare pipe or something like that, and just like with Oscar's help, just kind of wedge it open, and you guys
Weird. This looks like what JJ was carrying.
right, wedge it open, and just like really, and then there's a snap and a twang as the lever just kind of gives due to metal fatigue and rust, and whatever lever you're using goes flying. We hear it clang against the metal decking, and the door flies open.
It's so much louder than I wanted it to be.
Well, it's what's behind the door, which is the detail you missed, because there was a porthole, but you didn't see anything through it because it was dark. There's this rush of freezing cold water that just like sprays out at you. and then you're kind of knocked over your feet, and you can feel these objects in the water kind of batter you. So both Oscar and Dex are slid across the deck of this storage hold as these dark shapes tumble on top of you. As you spit out this rancid water, you can taste the diesel fuel in the water, and you're pushing at whatever this is. You get a clear look. It's a body.
Surely it's like it's a fake body, like one of those training dummies that people have.
It's a
right?
half dozen bodies. I think I
A lot of
need
training dummies.
both of you to deny fear.
Okay, I actually have an edge on this one. So.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Oh. Okay. I got a 6 and a 5. My other roll was a 1. So
Okay.
That's
at least feared about it.
Oh wait, deny fear is roll plus serious.
Yeah.
2. That's a 6 still.
Oh, okay. So
Okay, and can I use? Well, I don't know if I could use it here because we're like getting sprayed across. So I don't know if I could explain it to him while we're getting. But I have a ignored expert thing.
yeah, you could. Well, you can spend a revelation to gain a survivor point, and you could then use that survivor point to kick Oscar's success a roll from a failure to a partial success.
Oh, I was confusing them because there's one where it's roll plus serious to resist sanity loss.
Yeah.
And then if I get a full success, I can make it so they don't lose sanity. But that's a totally different one.
Yeah, you're because you succeeded really well, you're not currently facing a sanity loss.
Right. Gotcha.
But you could spend one of your revelation points.
Okay. To be like, okay, this is probably something happened, and that's probably why the ship actually joined with us, because there's so few survivors on the ship. They were actually trying to get help, and it's so rusted and old they probably couldn't communicate.
Yeah,
that's what's going on here.
Your rapid fire, as you see, because Oscar's not, maybe not doing well, and this is mechanically the difference between Oscar freaking out again and running off. So it's a wise use of survivor point, especially since you may spend a revelation point to gain one.
Although part of it is the other main characters cannot immediately act on the information reflecting their annoying tendency to ignore your advice.
They can't. You cannot act on this very reasonable amount of information, Oscar, but it is enough to prevent you from going completely crazy again. So yeah, I think because that went from a fail to so you can act normally, but you take snag on all actions in this scene.
Okay. I think he's like when he first realized it was all bodies, I think like he's covering his mouth and kind of like gripping himself, and like as Dex is explaining all of this, like he's looking up. He's very carefully and deliberately not looking anywhere below like eye level. Like he's just staring straight up at like just looking at nothing. Like up. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna follow you. Just lead the way, please.
Okay. We're going to continue going because now we've at least gotten through this room. Or go back to where we got swept away. Because now that we got the door open, we might as well go that way. Because it's the exit plan we chose. I don't want to deviate too much.
Yeah. Do you want to investigate?
Yes.
Okay.
I do not want to go through another door with water, so I'm specifically looking for that this time.
Okay, go ahead and roll it up.
Yeah. Okay, well, I got double ones. Can I major boon that?
Can you
I don't
major
like that
boon
look.
out of a spotlight failure? I don't think so.
Damn it.
Because it's a spotlight moment, man. You
Awesome.
can't major
Okay.
bane out of a spotlight success. You can't major bane out of a spotlight failure. So a
Fair.
spotlight failure.
Yeah. Stupid.
You
I
and
used different dice. I don't know why I did that. It was a
so
mistake.
Dex and Oscar deduct a survivor point. Dex,
Oh, there goes the one I just used.
you see light. Light means power. Light means not being stuck in the dark. And so you lead Oscar toward the light. Ace, what are you doing? You are stranded in a hallway. For anyone who has, by the way, truth spotlight moves that trigger on the first main or supporting character death, those are now available because there's at least one person who's currently dead. I'm not sure if any of you
I'm
do,
just
but just in
vibing
case.
here.
Well, I assumed maybe Charlotte, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess the question is why Charlotte? Like when Charlotte?
Because you didn't give her some, man.
That's true. She got so frustrated that I was
She was off on her own. I had to blow off steam elsewhere and made some dumb decisions.
Yeah.
In the
So Ace, you're just sitting there.
I know a strange fun fact where someone actually died from giving themselves pleasure too much. Anywho,
This is the opposite.
yeah. Ace is just chilling out, having a good smoke, I think.
Cool.
I guess because they already did their thing on Oscar, it'd be a good time to do the forgiveness is the best revenge and let go of vengeance because they're alone, you know. They saw Oscar running and screaming, and they assumed that they made Oscar pee themselves. I was like, I think we're even now. Type deal.
Cool. That's nice. That's nice of you. Does that earn you a survivor point, or does that require that you call a scene?
Yeah, call a scene in which you let go of vengeance, lose a survivor point, but regain all sanity points. The scene happens whether the target of your vengeance is alive or dead. And the trigger of it is either the first time the target of your vengeance faces death at the hands of the killer, or you have enacted the "I'll get you, my pretty" scene with every other member of the main cast.
And since there's only one, you've met that.
Yeah.
So do you want that scene to be just you solo, kind of a monologue of you just like getting real toasty and saying, I think making him pee himself is probably enough. I better focus on getting out of here. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Hey,
is getting pretty high with his joint and being like,
Ace.
I think I did enough.
It sounds like there's a party going on in one of the cabins nearby. You didn't really pay attention to it, but you hear the clink of glasses. You hear merriment. You hear someone ha 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 ha, and some ladies tittering. Sounds like someone's having a good old time.
Real quick, out of character, can I use a stash point instead of the survivor point?
Requires that you use a survivor point.
Cool. Just wanted to clarify. And Ace is gonna go investigate that party.
Cool.
As in just go see it and be like, yo, what's up? I brought party favors, y'all.
Yeah, it's surprising. It takes you a bit to find it. Like you think it's behind one door, and then you go to open it, and it feels rusted shut. You think it's behind another one. You creak the door open, and it's just a long, empty room. Dust and grime everywhere. But eventually, after maybe 15 minutes, you finally make your way. You see a light, and you make your way toward it. You go around a corner and can see a door that's slightly ajar. You open it up, and inside there is a lounge. You didn't hear it before, but as you cross over the threshold, immediately you feel warmth. You smell cigar smoke. You smell perfume. You hear and can see someone playing a piano. And it must be a costume party because the ladies are wearing like beaded caps and kind of flappy beaded dresses. The men are in tuxedos, but they seem to be kind of old-fashioned.
Dang, man, I'm so underdressed for this party.
Are you? You look down. You're also in a tuxedo. A waitress comes by with a silver tray with glasses of champagne. Champagne, sir?
Don't mind if I do, pretty lady. I'll take one.
Are you excited for the Northern Lights?
I have no idea what that is, but hell yeah, man.
Yeah, the captain says they're going to be spectacular. Well, don't let me keep
I
you.
like some spectacle.
How does Ace feel about games of chance?
Oh, he loves them.
Well, there's a card table. And I think as you walk in, a man kind of looks up and sees you and says, "Oh, we're looking to make a full table. You want to join us?"
I'd love to, good sir. Deal me in, bro.
All right. They deal you in. How good are you at playing? I think are you playing honest or are you cheating?
Probably cheating.
I think then I would like you to act with skill with sneak.
That's an 8.
Okay. So a partial success. You win a hand. And there's cash, which is great. Complication. I think the complication is one of the fellow party goers. It's like, that's me. I'm busted. Got to go ask the wife if she'll write me another check. And then someone else, very fancily dressed, kind of pencil mustache, hair slicked back with Brill cream, smoking a cigarette in a cigarette holder, sits down at the table. Care to make it interesting? I've become bored with these low stakes games. And frankly, I've seen the Northern Lights before. I'll wager you a favor.
I'm listening.
You win? I'll do you a favor. I win. You'll do me a favor. No questions asked.
I like those odds.
All right. Well, the two of the other people at the that are left, or the one other person left at the table, two other people left at the table, will say, "This is a little bit rich for my blood," and they'll just go grab some more champagne and cluster around the piano. By the way, what is Ace thinking about all this? Because this is clearly not normal.
He's like high out of his mind right now. It's like, oh yeah, This is completely normal, fine. Everybody's having a ball at like 2 a.m. It's just like the party's back home. You know, the boys got those things, got some smoke and stuff like that. You can tell that Sin has never been out to a party before.
Yeah. Sure. Cool. So you're just kind of rolling with it, probably because you're a little loopy. Very well. Hey, let's see how good you are. You gonna try and cheat again?
Yeah. That's an 8.
Cool. I am going to use Brogullet's fantastic Major Bane. I'm going to knock that down to a fail, like the anti survivor point. You lose, and the situation gets worse.
Ooh.
There are some visitors, some passengers on our ship. We were promised that this was an exclusive party for people of our set. We can't have the rabble and the hoi polloi mucking things up, can we? So I need you
Course
to
not.
find them and take care of them.
I got you, bro.
Good. Well, come back when you're done. And perhaps there'll be a reward. Right along.
Cool. I'll see you in a bit, bro. He'll
He,
probably knock over a table while he's walking out.
Yeah, as you start to go, this man will grab you, like in one fluid motion stand. And it's like he's going to steady your hand, but you feel steel in his grip. And he brings you forward very, very close and kind of like whispers in your ear, and your ear goes suddenly very, very cold. Now, don't you think of crossing me.
No,
have a
man.
job.
Stitches get stitches.
Yes, you have a job to do. And if you fail, you will suffer their fate. Are we clear?
Yeah,
Here.
man, we got.
Here, to help you on your way, he will go over to this little banquette where some various different food and a few, like a little punch bowl and things, and he will grab a very large knife and hand it to you. Chop, chop. The Northern Lights will start any moment.
He kind of like does a little laugh, like, hey, I got that, the chop chop, because that, yeah, you know, walk away.
Cool. And you take the knife?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So, Oscar and Dex, you are headed toward light.
I could trigger a scene for
Yeah,
just to
do
let
it.
him know why I need to survive.
Do it.
So just as we're walking, because I feel like he's losing it a bit.
Yeah.
He's like, look, man, I need you to hold it together. I gotta get back to my cat. No one else is gonna take care of it. It's the whole reason I had to go through all this to bring her on the trip, because I couldn't find anybody to cat sit her for. So,
I mean,
hold it together.
you couldn't find like, and you couldn't put her in like a shelter for a couple weeks, like nothing.
And let her get fleas.
They have medicine for that.
I read the reviews of all the shelters near me, and they all had poor reviews of like them coming back with ear infections and all this stuff, and having had ear infections for days. It's clear that people didn't actually check up on them. So no, I did not put them in a shelter or a boarding or whatever.
I mean, listen, we just got washed over by like just but bodies back there. Like I think that's probably more dangerous to a cat than fleas.
Hey, but that wasn't. I didn't come into this thinking we were gonna encounter a bunch of bodies. It's supposed to be a fun school trip.
Like, you gotta always be prepared for
Were
everything that might go
were
wrong.
you prepared for this? Because you don't seem prepared to
I
me.
should have been, and that was my own failing. I should have been prepared for this, and I wasn't.
We're here because you ran onto this ship with the dead bodies.
I did not even listen. I was in my room. Somebody sabotaged my report, and then I was just trying to figure out who did it, and then Charlotte came by, and then she started kissing me, and then she started like shoving water down my throat, and she was drowning me, and then I found myself.
is that
I
a
don't know what's
kink?
going on.
I've never heard of that kink in my life. That's a weird one.
I mean, listen, like if you see her, something is not right with her. Something is very wrong. We need to
Is
talk.
that why
to
you
the
were
captain.
wet? I just thought you were sweaty.
No, that's not sweat. That's
You were just in a bunch of water with dead bodies. Why did you
yeah,
just
that was a
sniff
mistake.
yourself, man?
Yeah, okay, listen, we just have to find our way back.
Yeah, I just need you to lock in. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, listen, I just give me like a second. Okay. You know the way, right?
I mean,
Listen.
I'm going the way that you pointed out on the map.
Okay.
Hopefully that's the last dead body room we run into.
Yeah. Let's just check all the doors, and we'll be good.
Well, there's light right there. We should go towards the light. That's probably outside because it's the ship. I could read the ship name. It was lit up outside.
Okay. I'm gonna follow you. Okay, listen, we're gonna get back. You're gonna get back to your cat. I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna clear up that misunderstanding. It's just a misunderstanding. We'll figure out why my
There's
report.
such more important things within your report right now, dude.
I mean, like, okay, you want to talk about important things? We could talk about how, like, I think all of our lives are more important than like the comfort of your cat.
Excuse you.
Excuse
My cat's
you.
worth more than you. You're the reason we're on this ship.
The reason we're on this ship is to be better students.
I'm
to
talking
prove
about the ship
ourselves.
we're on right now.
Oh, I don't know why we're here.
Because of you. Because we followed you to
I
get
didn't
you
know
off of this ship.
I don't know how I got here.
You ran on it.
Maybe somebody was chasing me. I don't
Are
know.
you taking something? Are you one of those like Adderall like kids that just you have to have the edge, so you take it and then you stay up in it? I watched a Law and Order SVU episode on this where like a kid, she took Adderall or whatever so she could be a better academic performer and took it for days. So then she ended up killing a classmate because she was and just hadn't slept in so long and her judgment was all messed up and everything.
No, I mean because like
You gotta sleep, dude.
if I took drugs before a test to help me with it, then it's like my whole life I'm gonna remember that like that grade that I got had an asterisk next to it. I can't have that. I can't have an asterisk on my my report card.
As this conversation is happening, you're making your way down winding hallways. You're distracted enough to not realize that you've walked a lot further than makes sense. This is a larger ship, but it's not that big. But like this is like 5 minutes of walking, and you're that light is always kind of playing off the next corner. But as you wrap up this conversation, you enter into another storage room, but this one is brightly lit. There are rolls of brightly colored canvas. There are strange pieces of equipment that it's difficult to really grasp what they're for, largely because it's broken down, but there appears to be, like, this is a very, very large cavernous space. And there are a number of cages. As you step in and just kind of start to get an idea of what is in this room, the bulkhead door behind you groans and slams. As it does, the lights cut off, and you're back to this bare, just enough that you can make out the largest shapes around you. It becomes cold, very cold, and there is a incredibly strong smell, musk and ammonia and rot. And there is a sound, a growl, deep, rumbling, somehow feline. How about y'all deny fear for me?
It's serious, right? Yeah,
That's
I got a
six.
9.
6 total.
Oh, well, that's great. So yeah, well, I think the deny fear did not go incredibly well for our friend Oscar, because that's a lovely fail. You panic and lose a sanity point.
That's not good for me, though.
Uh,
So are
and
you an NPC again?
and on a partial success, Dex, you can act normally, but take snag on your next action. Oscar, you start to freak out. And then the lights snap back on. And you're where you're supposed to be. Once you arrive in port, it's going to be your grand performance. You, the first time that you have taken center ring in the Leroy Circus. You're a little nervous about it. You're a little nervous about your debut performance. So you have snuck off from the revelries, the Northern Lights watching party, to get some practice in with your favorite cat. What is her name?
Ooh. I'm gonna say Denver.
Okay, Denver. Dex, you see Oscar, the dark shadow of Oscar, freeze and then suddenly relax and then just stride confidently into this cavernous hold.
Oh my god, not again. He is totally on something.
You hear rustling of canvas. You hear the grate of wood on wood as something is opened. You hear a clink of keys. And then you hear, "Good girl, Denver. Let's just work through our routine." And then you hear
Oscar.
the clank of a cage being opened.
Oh, I want nothing to do with that. Can I open the door behind me?
You can.
I heard a large female or feline growl,
Yeah.
which wasn't a house cat, and then opening of a cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to leave.
Cool. Hey, Oscar. Denver's been a little bit put out, maybe a little bit of seasickness, a little bit of frustration at being cooped up. But you have your whip and you have your training. So how about you give me, I don't know. It could be act with skill, with swift, maybe. It could even theoretically be an influence. I think an act with skill is probably better.
Yeah, I think act with skill. Ooh, this would probably be a swift,
Yeah.
which this is almost certainly not going to go well for me because I have a -1 in swift. Oh, that's a 10 total.
Well
There's the good rolls.
done. So as Denver charges out of her cage, you are there with the whip. And she obeys, not wanting to feel its sting. So Dex, as you
Now, what
turn
is
and
Dex saying?
struggle with the door that doesn't want to open, I think I need you to escape danger with snag.
Oh, so that's 2 snag
Well, you can
because I
only
already have a snag on escape.
yeah. So it doesn't change the mechanics of it, but you will have leftover snag, which is just a little bit of
So
a narrative badness.
okay, so it's only 1 snag.
Yeah, they don't stack.
Okay.
They cancel, but they don't stack. But I do like to know when you have an excess.
All right, I got 4, 6, 4. So 8. I think I have minus in Swift. Oh no, I have 0 in Swift. So just 8.
Okay, that's not as bad as it could be. That is a partial success.
But it would have been awesome if I just had 6 and 4.
Would you like to spend an additional survivor point, spend 2 sanity points, or choose a trait to add snag for all future moves to represent a strain or injury?
I will just spend 2 survivor points.
An
Because it's
additional
1 just to roll
one
escape,
just to roll
and
it.
then 1 additional. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You see a very large figure low to the ground. You hear what Oscar's saying. You can hear, no, back, back. And you hear the cracking of a whip, only it sounds like someone's cracking a wet, decayed rope. Right? And the thing that's stalking towards you, that was 100% going after Oscar, because he currently can't spend any survivor points, but he rolled a 10. You hear as it snarls and rears back and then stalks your way. You hear creaking.
JJ!
Yeah, you can hear creaking of its joints. And you realize now the scent of the source of that smell of decay. You can see in just the barest bit of light in this room, dark, shaggy, but the occasional blaze of bone through its decayed flesh. With
Oh, poor thing.
oh, poor kitty, with a burst of strength as it, you've seen next to this, as it bunches back, getting ready to launch itself, with just like not even worry, like you're straining your wrists, you can feel ligaments in your shoulder popping as you just throw everything you can into forcing this door open. So you get to the other side, and just as you slam it shut with your entire body, bruising your back up against the rivets, you can feel this heavy weight just slam against it. And then you hear snarling and scraping as decayed claws etch themselves on this rusty metal. What happens?
I'm not going back in there. So sorry, Oscar. You are on your own, dude. You just opened the cage. We were on the ship because of you, and then now this. I tried.
Ace, you've been wandering around the ship. The nice thing is, every time you try to go the wrong direction, a bulkhead or a door will close itself. every time you reach an area where you're not sure which way to go, you hear the creak of a door opening. It is not hard to follow these instructions. So just about the time, Dex, you slam this door shut, Ace, you arrive. What happens?
Dude, Ace, we need to don't go in there. Whatever you do. There is like I think this was a smuggler's boat. There's like a huge I don't know, jaguar, panther, something, puma, I don't know, in there, and it's like that. I think something happened to the ship because we saw a bunch of dead bodies too, so that they probably came up to us with a very limited crew of whoever was alive to try to get help. But I also don't think they're great people because clearly they were smuggling animals or something, and because that panther, puma, whatever it was like decaying, like it was very sick. But not sick enough to not kill us. Oscar's probably dead in there. We need to go.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like guys in our room, and like there's like some hot ladies there too, and they're having a real nice party.
Are you high right now? I'm gonna
No.
investigate to try to like see how, in it she is, because she's talking about people partying on the boat.
You can investigate.
Okay. Is this with Snag?
Yeah, it's the same scene.
Damn. Dang it. All right. Well, I got 6, 2, 1. So that's a 3.
Okay.
With I don't think I have anything that can help that either.
No.
Roll with
Smart.
smart. So that's a 4. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you're very frustrated by the fact that you barely escaped death and now Ace is obviously high. So you lose a sanity point.
Can I resist the sanity loss?
Yes. Because of your
Roll plus
trope.
serious. Don't fail me. 5, 3. 8, 9, 10.
Yes. You resist that sanity loss. Your rationalizing mind starts to formulate. It starts to actually believe your not particularly believable rational explanation for what's going on.
I guess a full success, another character in the scene also loses no sanity, but I don't think anyone else was at risk of not losing sanity.
Yeah, this isn't a deny fear. Oh, that's right. Yeah. There's just no one else to lose sanity because Oscar's at 0.
What a waste of a good roll.
Yeah. Cool. And you probably missed the fact that Ace is carrying a huge butcher's knife.
Yeah, or I have a gun.
Yeah.
Makes sense she would pick up a knife. It's fine.
Yeah. Cool. So what happens?
All right, Ace, back the way you came. Do you know the way off the boat?
Nah, I've just been following the doors. Also, theoretical question. If the handle of this door just happened to not exist anymore, would that mean Oscar would like die in there?
I mean, I think he's dead regardless. I think the only reason it wasn't attacking him was because I was making too much noise trying to. I think I turned my back on it, which is not the thing to do with cats. It like activates their prey drive. But I was trying to get out of the room, so it focused on me instead of him. Also, he picked up a whip somewhere. He also like had key. Like he must have just seen the keys and opened the cage to the cat. He's in a weird state. He's a lost cause.
You hear through the door, Oscar is shouting like number instructions, like he's trying to walk an animal through its paces of a routine.
Yep. Now roar, and you hear that thing.
Yeah. There's a treat in it for you if you do this next one well.
Yes, there is.
Let's go that way. Go turn around. Let's go back the way you came.
Also, is that the only door to that one specific room?
Honestly, it was so dark in there. It like the lights were on for a second and then they went off. And then I was so focused on the cat, I wasn't paying attention. I assume it's not because we went through that way to get out. Or maybe we stopped going that right way because we were following the light. Because we thought that was the way out. Anyway. Let's just not be here. Because if he manages to get that door open, I don't want to get attacked by a large cat.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Alright,
Also, have
turn
you
back out.
seen any like stowaways on this ship?
Stowaway, a bunch of dead bodies. And then there's that cat. Aside from that, I mean, Oscar, I wouldn't call him a stowaway, but he did run onto the ship, and it's not our ship.
Dex.
We probably have stowaways on our ship right now.
Yeah, like that one. Dex, you see Ace kind of look towards their shoulder, like at a blank spot. Ace, the well-dressed gentleman that you made your bargain with, is standing at your elbow. And at the mention of stowaways, he kind of catches your eye and then looks at Dex and smiles at you.
By the way, have you seen JJ? He ran on here too with me to try to get Oscar. It's his fault I'm on here too. Are you okay? What do you look? What did you take?
Oh,
Like, am I just dealing with like you being normal high, or are you like shrooms high?
like there was some champagne at the party, so I had some champagne, and then like also the normal stuff.
What party?
Was
On the
at the
boat? Was there
party
like a
back
crew
then.
party?
Yeah, like everybody was dressing fancy. See, I have this nice tux on.
Does she have a? Does she have a tux? Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay, she's just high out of her mind. All right, buddy. Let's turn around and go the other way. Come on.
I think you're losing focus, friend. Here, let me help you. The well-dressed man reaches down, puts his hand around your hand, Ace. Dex, you see Ace kind of look down at their hand as they bring up the knife and then stab you with it. That's going to be an escape.
Great. And I already have a snack. Okay. That's not the worst. What is escape with? Swift. Okay, 7.
Okay. You
'Cause I have
can
0 in Swift.
You can spend an additional survivor point. You can spend 2 sanity points, or you can choose a trait to add a snag for all future moves to represent a strain or injury.
I can't survive doing 2 survivor points, so
Yeah.
I will do 2 sanity points.
Are you at 0 survivor points now?
No, I'm at 1. But if I would have spent that 1, that would have put me at 0.
Because you had to spend 1 to escape. So you spent 2
Right.
last time.
I had 2.
Oh,
yeah.
But you had an extra one?
But I had it because I earned it from the.
Yeah. Okay, so you have 1 left now. Good.
Yes.
So, and you take the sanity. Is that what you said?
Yeah. So I'm down to 1 survivor point, 1 sanity point.
Cool. That's a good place to be in. The hand just snakes out directly towards you, but you're able to spin just enough that the knife kind of skitters and squeals against the metal. What do you do?
I'm going to try to shoot her.
Okay.
She's trying to stab me with a knife.
Yeah. That's just going to be Ace. I need you to escape danger.
Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo.
What is with all these people on drugs trying to get me killed?
It's a 6.
Oh, really? Do you want to leave it
Wait,
at
Good, you
that?
I
deserve
have
it.
a question.
Yeah.
Am I taken by surprise by this thing?
I think probably so.
I mean, you knew
Okay.
I had a gun, but you're probably surprised I used it.
Okay.
You're probably not in your right
Uh,
mind thinking like, oh, if I stab her, she's gonna shoot me. You're probably just like, oh, I'm supposed to stab her.
So can I use a major boon to reroll?
Yeah. That's what they're for.
Fine.
Yeah, it wasn't a spotlight fail. So.
Yeah.
Like some people rolled.
What's a full success?
10 or above.
10.
Okay. Can I use a minor boon to bump it up to a 10?
Sure.
Gonna use a major and a minor boon?
Sure.
Oh my
That's
god.
good. I enjoy PvP. Yeah, so full success. You escape unscathed. The well-dressed gentleman just kind of casually shoves you out of the way.
That or I didn't realize the safety was on.
No, you fire. Shoves you out of the way. And instead, Dex shoots the well-dressed man.
No. Oh, okay. Good. I thought I was gonna shoot JJ. I feel real bad.
Oh no, JJ's dead.
Oh.
But
That's
the bullet, Ace, as you see the, like in slow time, you see the bullet punch through. This is a heavy, high caliber revolver. It makes a pretty significant hole in the front, a big old hole at the back. But the man doesn't react at all. He just kind of, I'll need a new vest. Kind of rearranges himself. From your vantage point, Ace, you can see just the ruin of his back blown out against the wall. Ace, will you deny fear for me?
Is this the start of the scene or is it the
Nope.
same scene of the last? Okay.
You have used your stash point to get the benefit the first time.
Understood.
This might just cut through your highness, your high-itude.
So that's a 3.
Which isn't awesome. Yeah. I think, well, first of all, you panic and lose a sanity point. You take snag on all actions in the scene until you successfully deny fear. Dex, Ace just starts freaking, not looking at you, looking at this empty space, and is full on freaking out. Not because your sanity is still, you still have sanity, right, Ace?
Mhm.
Cool.
Oh, her.
Yeah, I got 2.
Okay, yeah. So you're not panicked out of control NPC territory, but you do have a momentary freak out as you just see this man shot in front of you.
I'm trained. I'm not shooting at her again, but it's trained on her, yelling at her to drop the knife. If she tries to come at me again, I'm shooting.
What did I tell you about allowing the underclasses aboard our cruise? You told me you would take care of things. Now prove that I wasn't wrong to place my trust in you, friend. What do you do, Ace? Dex is trying to kill you.
Drop the knife! And try to have some reactionary distance.
So is there like a possibility to like jam the door with the knife?
Sure.
So that to like make sure that if Oscar is still alive in there, he doesn't come out
Sure.
of
Sure.
there. So that's one target down.
Sure. Yeah. Act with skill with Swift.
So that's a 7.
Okay. That's a partial success. So yes. Ooh, there's a complication. I'm going to say, ooh, you achieve your objective of ensuring that he can't get out, but there is a complication.
Do I think she's coming at me with the knife
Yes.
when she does that?
Yes. I think you see Ace grab the knife and start running towards you. And I think you sidestep, or maybe like just as you're trying to get them away from you, you like step away and then just like a big shove. And I'm going to say, Ace, the door pops open and you stumble in and fall with the knife clattering to the floor. And then the door slams shut. And then Dex, you can see the locking mechanism set itself. So you achieved your goal, Ace, which was getting the door locked, but things got worse for you. Dex.
Oh, why didn't you? Not my fault. I'm getting out. She tried to kill me. He tried to kill me. They're on their own.
We'll come to what happens to them in a moment. Dex, you hear and then an echoing voice.
Is it JJ?
And then an echoing voice. Clearly, I backed the wrong horse. I thought our friend had more gumption, but apparently they're not the one who belongs here. Perhaps it's you. There's a shimmering of light as this well-dressed, pencil-mustached gentleman just kind of apparates in front of you. You won't be needing that. He gestures casually towards the gun as you start to bring it up and train it on him.
Yeah, I'm not letting go of the gun. I'm like, does he still have the big thing, or is he fine now? To me.
To you don't see any damage.
Okay. Who are you? Are you one of the people from this ship? What
Yes.
happened?
Well, the party is just getting in swing. The show is about to begin. You don't want to miss the Northern Lights, do you?
I read about this. There's like some kind of gas leak or something on this ship. When we were in that room, it did kind of smell like gas and ammonia and stuff. So this is probably like the crew started losing it. That's probably also what was affecting Oscar and Ace as well. It's probably more than them just being drugged and high. I need to get out of here before that happens to me. Sir, yes, party. Let's go to the party. There's actually a better party on our boat if you would like to go to that party.
Well, we should go up on deck. Best viewing from there.
Yes, please show me how to get on deck.
It would be my pleasure. He will lead you. Ace, you're in the dark. What do? You can hear Oscar working through the paces. What do you do, Ace?
I'm gonna light my lighter.
Okay. You light the lighter. You are right next to another cage. The cage is full of monkeys. Or things that were monkeys. You kind of move your lighter over and we just see row upon row of milky eyes sunken into simian skulls. At first, they appear frozen in a tableau, but then with that sound, you see all the eyes rotate down to look at the open flame, and then they begin screeching and reaching for you. You should probably escape danger.
Okay.
Oscar, the monkeys are putting up a terrible noise.
I know exactly what to do. They always quiet down right quick when I bring one of the big cats over. Just we need to go for a walk, a break in our practice. Like here, Denver, come on, let's go have a treat. Listen, it's a treat. And I'm like clicking my fingers and snapping my tongue and like walking over to the monkey cages. Like, listen, we're just gonna go over here. I'm gonna give you a treat. Listen, and those monkeys will quiet down as soon as they see you. Just come on.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and act with skill with Swift again?
I would
Let's
love to.
resolve the escape danger for Ace first.
That is with Swift.
Yeah.
-1, 8 total.
Okay. Yeah. So it is you achieve your objective, but there's a complication. Yes, I think Denver gets the point and is very excited. And I think you're not entirely in control, but you have succeeded at keeping her from attacking you yet again.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So this is going to make things potentially worse for Ace. Ace, how did you fare on your escape danger? Remember, you have to spend a survivor point to even attempt.
Am I back to 1 sanity?
No.
Okay.
That's an 8.
Okay, would you like to spend another survivor point, 2 sanity points, or take an injury? Or, sorry, take a snag to one of your attributes to reflect an injury.
I think I'll take the snag to
Yeah. Oh.
something.
I think
to
you take a
reflect an
snag to
injury.
Swift, because while the monkeys aren't able to fully grab you and start ripping you to pieces, they do hold on to you as Denver lunges, making it harder for you to get away. So I would like you to now escape danger with snag.
Would that be a double snag in the sense
Yes.
that I already have
You'll
snag
have,
on
yeah,
all
you'll
that?
have a leftover one that will maybe cause some minor inconvenience.
Okay. That's a 9.
Oh, another
And if I
partial.
use,
Go ahead.
could I use a minor boon to pump that up to a 10?
Yeah, why
Or-
not?
Okay.
So
Use.
that is a full success, which is great. You do escape unscathed. You're able to rip yourself out of the grasping hands of the monkeys just in time for the jaws of this great beast to clamp down where your neck was previously. And then it just starts pulling at the bars of this cage. You can feel little bits and pieces of it fly off and hit you. But it is caught. Oscar, Denver is being naughty.
Denver, baby, no. I'm just hate to do this, but I have to. I'm cracking the whip. I'm just like as loud as I can, trying to bring her to heel.
Ace, you have extricated yourself. What are you doing?
So I hear the whip cracking.
Yeah, and
Right.
you can hear Oscar. You can hear and kind of see in the darkness the shape of Oscar. He doesn't seem to be having any difficulty navigating this dark space, and doesn't
it's
seem to be
bright.
aware of your presence.
Can I, like, I want to see, like, what I'm thinking about is to do the betray in a sense that I grab and push him into the
Yeah,
monkeys and stuff, and it's like, here you go, you can have
yeah,
the fun there.
100%. So actually, we should. Yeah. Cool. Spend a sanity point to take a survivor point from Oscar. What does that leave you with sanity?
1.
Okay.
It's now 1 and 1.
Cool. So yes. So Oscar, you're not quite sure exactly what happens, but as you're approaching over trying to get control of Denver, you just maybe you stumble, but you fall into a very bad situation with monkey arms reaching for you and Denver freaking out right next to you. I think it makes sense for you to try to escape danger. I will say you come, because I'm nice, I will say you, as Ace pushes you, everything goes dark. You still hear the sounds, but you're back into sane reality. You are no longer experiencing this room as it was. So as the monkey hands grasp you as this largely skeletal great cat is attracted to your scent, I think you should probably deny fear first, just to give us a chance to try to escape with Snag.
Yeah. Okay, so first up, deny fear. Roll plus serious. My serious is a +2. It's a 6 total.
Okay.
The dice hate me.
Cool. which means Panda can lose that sanity again.
I've spent more time insane than sane.
Yeah, well, okay, so are you okay with that 6, or is there anything left that you can do?
Save it for
that?
escape danger. Save it
Well,
for
no,
escape danger.
here, but so mechanically, what happens is if you go insane again, you can no
Oh,
longer
right.
spend
Okay,
survivor points, which just means you die.
Use the
Yeah.
last major boon, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that last major
All
boon.
right.
We've been using them.
Yeah. Roll double ones.
Okay. That's
See
a
if-
reroll, right?
Yeah, it's a full. You can reroll up to both. You don't have to reroll both, but in a case like this, you probably should.
Yes. Okay. Is it Swift or is
This is
deny fear?
serious.
Roll plus serious. That is a 12 total.
Wow, that is a full success. You act normally. Like maybe like you snap back to yourself and you just don't have time to process. You just like animalistically register the threat. So yes, you may spend a survivor point to escape danger as normal.
Is that a spotlight success where he regains a sanity point?
Nope.
Dang it.
Unless it was double sixes. It's double sixes
No, it was
or
not.
Oh,
double sixes or total of 13 or above.
6 and a 4.
damn.
Okay, I am down to 1 survivor point.
After this, yep. So roll plus swift.
Yeah. Roll plus Swift. That is a 8.
Okay. Do you want to spend 2 sanity, which you can't?
I can't.
Take an injury or spend another survivor point.
I think I'm going to take an injury. I think that probably what I was thinking was that, like, whatever Denver looks like now, it's like I'm kind of like right up in its face. I'm like trying to scrabble away. It probably either like bites me or claws me really good. But like in the commotion between the monkeys reaching through, it trying to attack both me and the monkeys, I think I scamper like behind a crate or something, and it
Yeah.
goes back to fighting the monkeys.
So swift or strong? Either one.
Probably swift. I think
Okay.
I'm not going to be running
Like got your leg.
very much or very well after that.
Yep. Yep. Cool. So got your leg, but you're away. Ace is away. Dex, you are following the well-dressed gentleman.
Can I retroactively use, because it's the trigger is the first time I successfully escaped danger
Yeah.
after I've lived for them, which would have been when I escaped Oscar and the cat,
Yeah.
and then initiate a scene in which you demonstrate how you've learned to prioritize your own needs. I was like, screw Ace, I'm getting out of here, and left her.
Yeah.
But then I get a survivor point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Good. Cool. So you were following the man up on the deck?
Yes.
Cool. Yes.
I am a little suspicious of him. I mean, people on this boat have been trying to kill me, and I feel like he's also suffering from whatever is going on. Of course, I've rationalized this to be a gas leak or something.
Yes. You are led up on deck. It is a pristine night. You can see a great wall of ice to one side.
Can I see our boat?
No. It
We
is.
detached from our boat during all of this while I was in there.
It is bitterly cold. You see a familiar figure on deck. Tina.
Tina, what are you doing here? You're supposed to wake up everybody on our ship. Why did you come on this boat?
She's standing, looking up. And in fact, there is a wonderful display of the northern lights above you. You can almost hear hissing sound coming from the sky. She doesn't
Are we
react.
supposed to see them?
She doesn't react to your voice.
Oh, we were like Bermuda Triangle. Aren't the northern lights like up north, like Alaska and stuff?
Oh, you know one of our guests already. Well, I'll leave you to join them.
Well, actually, could you take me to like the captain's, like the place where you like steer the okay. You were some help at least. Do I see where the captain, because the captain kind of taught me a little bit of stuff. Maybe I could figure out how to send something or figure out radar. Maybe I could find our boat with the radar or something.
Yeah, you could always investigate. What are you doing about Tina?
Yeah.
Who's just standing there?
Tina.
She doesn't respond.
Okay, I'm gonna go on the shoulder, shake her a little bit.
She is.
Hey, tap her.
Frozen solid. The camera sees you shake her and like nothing happens. And maybe we have a little bit of an ice cracking sound effect. And then you slowly move around to look, and she is frozen with her eyes open. There's frozen tears plastered to the side of her face.
Okay, I'm suffering from the gas leak. I need to keep my head. This is just the gas. Tina's probably not even here. I like touch her like timidly again, just weird. Okay.
We'll say you shook her loose a little bit, and then when you poke her, she just kind of slowly falls over, hits the deck, and shudders.
Okay, definitely gas. Because, like, normal ice doesn't do that. I mean, she wouldn't have been. It would have been like, that's... All right, I'm going to go look for the captain thing. Should I use...
Dex.
Is that a revelation? Is revelation only stuff that is true?
Not necessarily.
A theory about what's happening.
Yeah.
But I'm not sharing it with anybody. So I don't think it applies. Because I'm alone. The only time I shared it was when I shared it with the guy who was basically like, you're crazy, but it's okay. Let's go to the deck. But yeah, I'll do investigate. We'll investigate for the captain's deck. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, you do have
5
to
and
you have
6.
to share a theory.
5 and 6. Plus smart is 10.
Um,
Wait, is it smart? Yes. So plus 1 is 10.
Cool. That is a full success. You're looking around. The layout of this place is very, very different, and as you're looking, this boat appears to be very old. Like you're looking for a fully electronic control center, basically, and there's not that. But you do catch just a glimmer out of the corner of your eye, off the port side of the ship. You kind of reorient yourself and look, and then just like as you're shifting a little bit from side to side to get a better look, you see for a moment a very clear image of your boat, and then it kind of shimmers back out of reality.
Perfect. Is there a big fancy wheel? Because I assume it's not mechanical like a normal boats are these days. It's probably like an actual, even
Yeah,
if it's a small wheel.
you can poke around and find
Okay.
something.
I just want to find something that steers the boat towards the thing that I thought I saw in that direction.
I mean, there's no engines.
Hmm.
Like you probably find a wheel and just spin it, and it spins. And you
Hmm.
realize there's no humming of engines beneath your feet.
Okay.
The ship does not
Well,
appear
it
to be
had to have
moving.
gotten to us somehow. Is there like maybe? Is there like some? But I just start pressing stuff to try to turn on engines. Honestly.
Yeah. So as you get colder and colder, Oscar, Ace.
So are Oscar and Ace still?
Yeah.
We're not still in the.
Yeah, you are.
Oh yeah, we are. Oscar is like still kind of hiding behind a crate. Ace, are you still? Are you still out there?
Denver snarls at the sound of your voice.
I'm not here. I'm not here. Ace, are you? Where are you? Can I see Ace?
Yeah,
Like I guess now that it's dark.
yeah. I mean, you can see a form that isn't Denver.
I think what I want to do.
You can't. It's a little distracting because the monkeys are going crazy, and you can hear them rattling the cage. You can probably hear some groans and pops as the rusty metal starts to give.
Ooh. So here's what I'm thinking. I was thinking of using my at any cost.
Yes.
So, uh, so Oscar is looking around and he sees that there's maybe there's like a heavy like a wrench left by a deckhand or something like that. Something
Or a
that is
knife that
or
got dropped by Ace. Yeah.
yeah, he sees the knife that Ace dropped. What he is going to do is he's going to throw the knife at Ace. So like the plan, he's going to throw the knife at Ace. Hopefully Ace is going to react and draw Denver's attention, and then and that's going to give Oscar time to escape. Because Oscar just wants to escape and doesn't care if he has to betray somebody in order to do it.
Cool. And considering Ace just betrayed you,
Yeah.
I will even say, yeah. So you can do your at any cost, or you could just do a betray.
Ooh. I think I like the character action.
Okay.
So I immediately betray another character because it's the same
Yeah.
same thing. So that character becomes the killer's next target, and I may not act to protect them. If that character dies as a result, I take a snag to all moves other than protecting main characters.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, so the betray action is.
You have to spend a sanity point though
Oh, that's a good point.
for betray
But you have a
to
sanity
take.
point.
I do have a sanity point, but I have it 1.
You have the one.
Wouldn't it
so
make him an NPC?
This would break you. Let me see. Your truth is what again?
Oh, my truth is ambitious.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Let me look at the text because it's important. At any cost, first time you face day at the hands of a killer. Yeah, it's available upon trigger. Yeah. You must betray, which is fine, because this is there in the scene. So I'm okay with this laying out. So yeah. And yeah, you have to basically you kind of have to spend your last sanity to get away.
I think that's probably a fitting end for him, of like, because he's the kind of person that even if he did survive this with his sanity intact, he would remember this and regret it for a long time, even if he thought this was the right move. So like, I don't know. I feel like this feels right for Oscar.
Yeah.
So betray is. Do I even roll for that?
No, you just do it. You spend your sanity point to regain a survivor point. You cannot spend that survivor point until you regain yourself, but you basically just throw the knife at Ace. Ace is now the target of the killer. The killer in this shape is in this scenario is basically the entire situation. Technically the ship, but it's basically there's lots of stuff. But that is enough that you can bolt for the door, bust it open, slam it behind you, and then run off wildly into the ship. Ace, if you are there, I would like you to escape danger.
Is it just fire?
With snag, obviously, because of the effects of the fear.
Yep. That's a fail. Not a spotlight fail, but a fail.
Well, as Oscar flashes this knife out towards you, it sticks in your arm. You reach up to pull the knife out, spray of hot blood. We see the knife clatter into a perfect shaft of moonlight coming through one of the portals. We see as Ace grabs their wounded arm and starts to kind of try to push themselves back away from the stalking cat. The camera kind of pulls over and looks at this partially taken apart circus display. We'll say it's the bearded lady. There's a sign for the bearded lady. And she'll reach her fortune, and she dances, and oh, look at the boneless man, and like we just kind of see these circus signs, and then we hear the sound of attack and rending, and we see splashes of blood up against these circus signs, brightly colored. Yes.
Can I make an adjustment?
Sure.
In that knowing that they're gonna die, and just it's a circus, right? They got fire eating people, or people eating fire, right? Ace wants to start a fire.
Oh, okay. So it's more of a pitched battle as this thing is coming at you, and you you scoot back. Something falls on practically into your lap. It is kerosene and one of those torches. So yes, in same thing where we see you take a big swig of kerosene and pull out your lighter and then blow fire against this panther. The last thing we see in the direct camera is this rotted skeletal cat leap through this gout of flame and attack, and then we see the sprays, whatever. But this time it's underlit by flickering flames. So that's good. Oscar is insane. Dex.
Finally died.
Yes, Dex.
Are there sails, or is it just
Nope.
the engines are out? I really don't want to go down there. I
It's
feel like there's a gas leak
it's
or
a
something
steamer.
down there. How do you do I don't know how to do a steam engine ship. You
Exactly.
put coal in the thing. All right, new plan. Is there, first of all, are there any blankets or anything? I mean, some
No.
people look like they're wearing warm stuff. Is there like an emergency kit anywhere around, like a first aid kit with a space blanket or something?
I mean, you can go back into the ship and wander around if you want to.
Yeah, I could.
You
But
get
I
you
feel
get
like that's where
another
the gas leak
you
is.
get another flickering glimpse of your boat.
Is there a life raft with a paddle?
No.
What about the people on the deck? Are they all frozen?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I think I could, like, if I go downstairs, I could maybe find the engine room? I mean, I assume it's probably nearby if I just go downstairs from the captain's cabin,
You think you
right?
could probably wander around in the twisting geometry of the labyrinth that is the interior of this ship and maybe
I
luck
mean,
out finding something?
they had to have gotten to our ship somehow.
Well, it's not. This ship is
Someone
not. This
might
ship
have
is not
had it.
attached to your boat.
Right. But they were.
You're seeing your boat floating.
But they were
couple
at one
hundred
point. That's how we
yards.
got here. So they had to have gotten there at some point. Then somehow we got detached. Someone had to have had a moment of clarity to get to our boat. And now I have to be that person to get us back to our boat. So I'm going to go down the stairs that is nearest the captain's cabin, because I figure the engine room's got to be close by to the captain's cabin.
I will say the other revelers. As you start to make your way down, just again, like stepping into reality, kind of forming out of this cold mist, come towards you. It's like, you're going to miss the show. And they crowd around you very closely and pressing with their body. They kind of force you back up on deck.
Excuse me. Please don't touch me without me asking. It's not cool. Consent. Also, you're very cold. Are they frozen?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to get to the engine
maybe.
room. Do one of you know where the engine room is?
Why do we need
I feel like-
engines? We're at our destination.
I feel like we could get a better look. Also, the other ship is missing out on this. I feel like we should,
There is no other
yeah.
ship. Come watch. Listen.
there is, because I came from
As
another
they
ship.
tug at you.
Okay, please, again, don't touch me. And I shove them off. And then, like, I've told you once, please don't touch me.
Pull out the gun.
I know you don't mean this.
They don't seem
because
to
you're
care.
a little,
They're
look, you've had been exposed to a
They're
gas
coming
leak.
toward you.
I'm gonna run the other way to go downstairs some other way.
I'm saying they're blocking your way down because I'm.
Oh my god.
Also, there's zero chance you're going to start a 100-year-old
Yes,
steam
yes,
engine.
I'm aware. And there's no life rafts, and
Yeah.
there's no. But I'm grasping at anything.
But they're trying to get their hands on you.
Okay. I'm gonna fire a warning shot.
Yeah. You fire a warning shot directly into one of their skulls. It
I did not mean to do that.
blows apart, and then the woman kind of
Okay.
ha 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 shakes her head, and then it kind of just back. And then they keep coming towards you. It's like they want to surround you so they can suck all the warmth out of you, because every time they touch you, you can just feel yourself shiver as the heat of your body is drained out.
So I start blasting.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Click,
And then
click,
out of
click,
ammo.
click, click.
Yeah.
Throw it at someone. It just bounces off them.
Look,
What
I think
a great show. Come watch as they crowd around you.
please can I would like to get away from this situation.
I will allow you to escape danger if you would like.
I mean,
Because if you,
I feel like it's
'cause if
very
you
short-lived.
don't-
I'm escaping to nowhere.
well,
But
we'll
yeah.
see.
All right. Yeah, sure. It's all right. It's a snag though. Oh, okay. Actually, if I do, I may as well use a major boon. Because it feels like the end.
And that is your final survivor point, right?
No, because I got one from my spotlight move.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So I have 2.
Okay. Good.
All right. Okay. What is this with? Gabe? Damn it. Okay. Well, so an 8, and then I have 0 swift, and I don't think I have anything to help.
Nope. Just an 8. So do you spend your last survivor point?
I think I have to.
Or you can spend 2 sanity and lose your mind.
I only have 1 sanity point. Mainly because I ran out of people to use my revelation thing on, so
yeah.
I couldn't get more points that way. Rival points.
So with
yeah.
everything you've got, you're fighting.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, may as well.
You fight, you struggle, you try to keep them off you. They press you up against the railing. And eventually you realize there's nowhere else to go but over. So you launch yourself. You fall and fall and fall. We see, we get a crane shot of you falling, arms like this, horrified look on your face, the ghostly forms kind of reaching out after you, but also like laughing, and a few of them are clapping as if it's great fun. Smack, knocking the wind out of you. You hit the water and are just kind of turned around and disoriented, and then break the surface. The water's quite warm.
Oh yeah, because we're in the south. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, great. Now I die here. I try to inflate my, that trick where you can. I don't know if I would know this, but I know this. SJ. You take off your pants and make them into a flotation device and tie them around, and you can do the same thing with your shirt by.
You're
doing it
not that far from your boat. 100 yards.
I'm heading for it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Because I'm a jerk, why don't you go ahead and give me act with skill with strong?
Oh no, do I have strong?
I mean, you do.
I have 0 strong.
Yeah.
I was just making sure I didn't have negative. I'm gonna use that last major boon.
Because I think it would be a beautiful ending if you just drown.
Yeah, right before the boat.
10 feet away from salvation.
Or just a shark just
yeah.
pulls me down.
Denver. Cats can swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got a 7. So, because I had to re-roll both dice.
Cool. I will.
Oh, wait.
Go
Can
ahead.
I use that one?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Brooklyn. All right, I'm going to re-roll one of these first and then the other. Okay. Ooh, okay. Wait.
Okay. So a 10. So a full success. You swim over. There's a little dive platform. You haul yourself up. You weren't wearing, you were wearing your pajamas basically, so there's not that much
Yeah.
to weigh you down. You pull yourself up sputtering onto your boat. Cool. Oscar, you come to yourself in a party. You are wrapped in a lovely fur coat. There are waiters and waitresses passing by like hot toddies and things. And you're standing with all of your friends watching the Northern Lights. And you're where you belong. You have great things in front of you once the ship makes landfall.
There are
Cool.
enormous discoveries that I'm like, my mind is filling with ideas just looking at these northern lights. I just need to go tell people about them, and I'm going to be the most famous scientist to ever live.
Absolutely. You were looking for a route to discovery, and you have discovered something incredibly special. And you're just now starting to figure out how magical this is. Cool. So, let's do the final montage.
I'm just thinking of Nyx.
Yeah.
Gotta get back.
So Dex as our lone survivor, sort
Wait,
of. Although,
we're final montage?
yeah, we're final montaging because
I thought
Oscar,
for sure I
you
was gonna
survived.
get killed by
No,
the rudders or something.
Dex survived. Oscar is in a really interesting place. And Ace's soul was used to fuel the continuation of the party. So, yay. Everyone, well, Ace and everyone else, basically.
Yeah, and Tina and
Yeah.
JJ
And Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah. Charlotte died first. Cool. So, Dex, final montage of the survivor.
Yes. I go to Nyx, make sure she's okay, get back on board. Then, of course, go to the captain if the captain's still alive.
Captain's still
Or the
alive, passed
professor.
out in his bunk.
Okay. Yeah. If he's too drunk to listen to me, I'm gonna go to the professor and explain what happened, which to me wasn't still a gas leak, and tell him I think I'm suffering from inhalation and that all this stuff. And then we'll probably figure out all the other people also left our boat, all the other kids, because I told Tina to wake everybody else up. I don't know if she woke up the professor during that or just ended up going on the boat. Okay. So, yeah, it's me explaining from my logical brain what actually happened, which isn't what happened. But to me, I'm like, clearly I saw this stuff and it made us go crazy. We ran after Oscar, who was clearly on some kind of academic drugs and was, kind of in a craze from not sleeping for so long and being too focused on academics. Also probably explains why he sent that weird report. And so me and JJ went to chase him. Apparently Ace and Tina also came at some point because they're missing. And I know Ace was on the boat. I still think Tina was a hallucination. No idea what happened to JJ. So I assume they also died on the boat. But we could send search and rescue teams with the understanding that if you find the boat, don't go inside or be really careful, have gas mask or something, because something weird's going on with it. Probably a smuggler ship because they have the big cats.
There is no evidence there was ever a boat. So I think we see a flash forward of you back on land, explaining what happened to you, and then we see a newspaper article or an article in a scientific magazine that is authored by Dr. Saul Puckett about the potential answer to what is the source of all the mythology about the Bermuda Triangle is undersea pockets of methane and other gases that can bubble to the surface and can cause disorientation and hallucination. And unfortunately, many of the crew of your exploratory vessel probably just walked off, hallucinating, walked off, and drowned. But the professor renews and redoubles his efforts to study whatever the phenomena is. And you probably have a couple of news panel shows interested in you to interview you as one of the lone survivors.
I'm definitely writing a book.
Yeah, of course.
For sure.
Ace.
Dedicated to my cat.
Yes, dedicated to Nyx. You become a famous explorer looking for the sources of other such mythologies and trying to turn them into scientific understanding. So, Ace, your final montage, you died, but you did achieve at letting go your plan of vengefulness, even though your last moment was precipitated by Oscar betraying you after you had betrayed him. So what are the last things that go through Ace's mind?
Fire.
Just fire good.
Yeah. I mean, Ace was already lit, so he might as well get more lit and definitely achieve that goal. Also the low-key thought of, if I'm going down, I'm gonna take everybody on this ship down with me as I burn it to the ground.
Yeah, as your life
sense.
fades, perhaps there's a realization that although you are surrounded by fire, the fire that killed you was the fire of vengeance in your heart.
Yeah.
Because even when you forgave, you didn't really. Cool. And Oscar, you are dead, but you survived. So find a way to make that make sense.
Yeah. So I guess where I was thinking was for the outside world, like, do you remember those like safety posters that like high school chemistry labs have where it's like Carol never wore safety goggles, now she doesn't need them?
Yeah.
So I feel like Oscar probably became something of a like cautionary tale for people, like, hey, if you're on a boat, don't do this and this, like don't just randomly go out and sniff weird smells, or don't get on too many of those drugs because you might end up walking into the ocean, like good old Oscar. Like he kind of becomes like part punchline, part example, and like that's mostly how people remember him. As far as like Oscar's own experience, I was kind of picturing a like Overlook Hotel kind of situation where like he's always been here looking at the Northern Lights. Like, it's just, this is the rest of his existence as he knows it, is just an eternity of looking at the Northern Lights, maybe stopping now and then to chit chat with the other passengers, to go back and work on the routine because the big performance is going to be soon. We have to get, we have to train Denver properly. She's just so recalcitrant in the training. It's not working. And so like, as far as he knows, that's it. That's his life now, is he's looking at the lights. He's training this cat. He's chit chatting with the other carnival goers.
I think we flash forward to many years in the future. Dex is an old woman, and is going back through just some memorabilia, telling the story of her life to her loved ones. And one of the family members gifts Dex with a book about the Bermuda Triangle and the myths of the Bermuda Triangle. Kind of probably not understanding that might be a slightly triggering topic for you, but it's been many, many years and you fully now rationalized it. And you are leafing through the tales of survivors, of encounters with the strange and unexplained in the Bermuda Triangle. And you notice that there's a consistent theme. The ghost ship with the revelers, the invitation to study the northern lights, the ship that is cold and frozen, even in the midst of the tropical heat. And there are a couple of sketches of the most friendly and gregarious member of the ghostly crew, the ringleader of the circus that is traveling to the continent for its grand debut. And you see the sketches of the ringleader, and they remind you a lot of your friend Oscar. And then the camera closes. So well done. One survivor, one fatality, one perpetual existence in a liminal space. Yay. That works for me. Cool. Well done, everyone.
I'd like to think that because Ace was never supposed to be on that ship, technically there's no missing persons report for Ace. And so technically it's like Ace never existed to begin with.
Yep. No one knows what happened. Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for coming and watching, and thanks everyone for the boons and the banes and stuff like that. As you could tell, the
Thank you for the boot.
team used a lot of them. It is only due to the generosity of chat by spending your channel points on the boons that anyone lived, for sure.
For that long.
Yeah. So well done.
I was purposely trying to die. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know, right?
You used a boot and a
yeah,
minor
that's true.
boot
That's true.
point, yeah.
So it's all good. So yeah, this has been Survived Dead in the Water. So this is a actually let's go around and do the thing. Just remind everyone who you are, where they can see you. And then I'll wrap it up. Let's start with Chev.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm Chev. I have been playing Oscar. And when I'm not here on C+ content playing RPGs or leading them, I am usually found in people's chats, and I am also found over on my own channel where I play Mahjong, which is a card tile game. And also I've been working in some other stuff here and there, so that's why usually it's Mahjong, and then trying to branch out. Anyway, we've got cat cam, we've got some lo-fi chill music, we've got some click-clack tile games. If any of that sounds like your vibe, we would love you to come over and hang out. Sin, let's pass it over to you.
Hey, hello. I am Sin, or sinful __ potato here on this fine Twitch platform. I stream, I do variety games. Sometimes we do art, sometimes we pull Pokemon cards or other desk camera things. Don't really have a set stream schedule, just try to stream once a week at the least. But yeah, today we did a fun little stream where it was 3 years since started streaming, which technically the actual date is tomorrow, but today is Victoria Day for Canada, and that was the day that I started because it's a stat holiday, which means you get it off. So yeah. Anyways, that's me. I can usually be found here playing games, possibly running games in the future if they ever start up. If you like to play games with us, if you like to play games with me, you can join the Discord, the C+ content Discord, which the bot should have shouted out at some point in time during our playthrough. If not, you can do ! Discord. Join the Discord, go to the C+ next channel, do all the things, select the roles, and boom, play games with us. It's fun. We promise most of the time, maybe little. I guess we can't really promise your characters won't die.
Yeah.
But you know, as long as your dice love you, that's all that matters. SJ.
Or if you have enough boons.
Yeah.
I'm SJ or SJ_sidekick. I don't stream, but you can definitely catch me on here. At some point, we should be starting up Kids on Brooms again, which I run. Maybe one day Dex will come back as a final girl or guilty or something. But yeah, because this system's fun. I do find it hard not to try to survive and fight my player instinct not to survive.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, this has been Survive. It is a bespoke system based on Powered by the Apocalypse. It is designed to tell, kind of one-shotty sort of horror stories. This was obviously the ghost ship trope where everything's trying to kill you with a little bit of the Overlook Hotel thrown in. So good catch there, Chev. So well done. Yeah, let's say goodbye to our friends on the YouTube, and then we'll come back here and raid out. So awesome. Thanks everyone for being here, and see you again soon. Bye, YouTube.